You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Now on Fox 17 News This Morning, cameras in metro schools meant to detect weapons. They will be very active soon. We're going to tell you about other security measures that is on the metro schools radar.
We are waking up chilly, but sunshine takes over and warmer afternoons until the weekend. Big changes and a big drop in temps coming your way in the forecast.
It's a cold start here to your Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. I'm Justin McFarland. On your February the 14th, it is Valentine's Day. Well, in Operation Crime and Justice, investigators say they have now arrested a man accused of attempted rape and kidnapping. Take a look at your screen, everyone. This is 27-year-old Eric McLean. He is accused of attacking a 30-year-old woman on 11th Avenue North earlier this month. Police say that McLean grabbed that woman from behind, knocked her to the ground, and tried to remove her clothing. She fought back, and when witnesses saw the whole thing, they started to yell for police. That is when McLean ran away. He is now in police custody. He's on a $140,000 bond in the Metro Jail. Well, let's talk to Greg Belbis. He's got your sweetheart forecast here, and you may need to cuddle up a little bit because it's a little cold out there.
You know what? Yeah, get the warm jacket going on, or maybe just snuggle close to that person a little bit later this evening when we drop our temperatures again. Afternoon will be warm, but the mornings and the very end of the day near sunset every day this week, and they'll be a little on the chilly side. So maybe you have dinner plans, do not forget the coat, gentlemen. That's also a nice little gesture. Just saying, taking a look here. Only chilly in the morning and after sunset. So the daytime temps will be right up near 60 degrees. Warm highs until the weekend. The weekend itself, our temperatures kind of crash. A little flash of winter, I'm calling it here, for Saturday and Sunday. Next rain chance will end the week and bring in that colder air. What does that rain chance look like? Scattered showers on Friday, mainly late in the day. And then overnight, we'll have a very similar setup to Monday, but not going to worry about heavy snowfall and a few snowflakes are possible, though, going into Saturday morning. This morning, great looking weather. Green light when it comes to weather slowing you down. No visibility issues as of right now. We have no rain, just cold temperatures. Could have some frost on some windshields today. We're not chipping at ice like yesterday or earlier in the week, but definitely a sunglasses kind of morning. Taking a look right now, 35. That's going to drop down to right near 30 degrees later on this morning. So we will see our temperatures continue to fall. But there we go, 61 degrees for your Valentine's Day, 63 tomorrow, 58 on Friday. The big focus in about 10 minutes will be that Weather Maker Friday into Saturday. We'll time it all out for you.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest happening there on I-24. This is very close to Old Hickory Boulevard out there in the Antioch area. As you can see, traffic moving along out there without any problems. We're doing just fine out there. No big problems in either direction so far. Of course, that's always subject to change with steer clear traffic. We got you covered, though, live and local through 9 o'clock this morning.
I tell you, at 3:22 today, we arrested the man that murdered my deputy.
That is news from East Tennessee this morning, as the man investigators say killed an East Tennessee sheriff's deputy is now behind bars. This is after a 5-day search. Deputies were able to find Kenneth DeHart at a house in Knoxville yesterday. Now, DeHart is accused of killing a Blount County Sheriff's Deputy, Greg McCowan, during a traffic stop last Thursday. Now, Deputy McCowan worked in manufacturing before joining the Sheriff's Department back in 2020. He received the Sheriff's Department's life-saving commendation in 2021 after pulling a man from a burning car. We can tell you that funeral services for that deputy will take place later today in Knoxville. A motorcade will accompany his body to nearby Maryville, Tennessee, for burial. All Blount County offices are closed today in honor of the deputy. Metro school leaders say they are now installing weapon detection systems in all of their schools across the district. Now, these will be specialized cameras, and they're going up very soon. Now, the director of schools, Dr. Adrian Battle, says that the weapons detection systems will be activated next week once all of their staff is fully trained. Metro schools told Fox 17 News that hiring SROs for elementary schools is another thing on their list, but it's the responsibility for Metro's police to take care of. And Metro Police did say they are working to hire SROs for elementary schools. Now, the public school system says that Metro Police have also added patrols, and police officers have been stationed outside of schools for added protection. Well, coming up, we're going to tell you what you can expect from the presidential primaries. We've got some familiar and some unfamiliar names on the ballot. We're going to tell you about it. Plus, an Ohio law has now...
You seem to create this show that is unbelievably candid, vulnerable, and authentic. Thank you for making this.
Watch the Drew Barrymore Show, weekdays at 11 on Fox 17.
4:07 is the time. Early voting begins today for Tennessee's big primary election coming up here on March the 5th. That, of course, is Super Tuesday across the country. And there are several names on the Democratic and Republican ballot for president. Now, on the Democratic side is Joe Biden. We know about that. I believe he's the only name over there on the Democratic side. On the Republican side, though, there will be several candidates, a few of whom are no longer really in the race. There are just 4 candidates that are still competing for the nomination, and 2 of them, shall we say, they're kind of long shots. We got the 4 names listed right here. We have a Texas pastor and businessman, Ryan Binkley. You can see his name right there at the top of the list. Nikki Haley is also on that list as well. She's the former governor of South Carolina and the United States ambassador, UN, United Nations ambassador, and a Air Force combat pilot, and businessman David Stuckenberg there. You can see his name is also on this list. And then, of course, the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, right there on the list. Now, keep in mind, the names are listed alphabetically on that ballot. So when you get it, it's not anybody favoritism. It's B, then H, then S, then T, listed there on your ballot. A federal judge has temporarily blocked an Ohio law seeking to regulate kids' access to social media, saying that it's likely unconstitutional. The legislation would have required social media platforms to get a parent consent before kids under the age of 16 could create accounts. Now, the judge says that the bill's untargeted approach is the problem, as parents must only give a one-time approval before creating such an account. He said beyond that, under the law, parents and platforms are not required to protect against any type of specific dangers on social media that they might pose. They say it could be a bad sign for a similar bill, which was introduced in the Tennessee House, that would require parents' one-time approval for anyone under the age of 18 to make a social media account. That bill is scheduled for discussion in a House committee coming up on February the 27th. We'll see if they decide to defer it or not. We're not going to defer on the weather. Let's get to Greg.
That we will not. Taking a look here, 4:10. That is your time this morning, and we're working through temperatures this afternoon that will be right near 60 degrees. Tomorrow, 63, then 58 on Friday. Temperatures above average that whole time. Low 50s. That's what we're supposed to be this time of the year. Look at Saturday. Fairly even on the scale here. 40 degrees, 10 degrees below average. You get to Sunday, still below average. Nighttime temperatures, Friday night and Saturday night, easily drop well into the 20s. You could wake up Sunday morning now with wind chills in the teens. Going forward, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a rebound in temperature. We do have one weather maker, though, that brings in that cooler air, and that's going to be Friday into Saturday. So quickly tracking that for you, you can see that today is going to be dry, a sunny day. Tomorrow, very similar story. But we have to start watching off to our north when we go into Friday itself. A little unsettled, possibly a quick morning shower now, but the better chance for rain is going to be overnight. Here's 7 p.m. Friday into Saturday, maybe even a wet snowflake or 2 by Saturday morning. Nothing compared to what we had on Monday, but rain will move in after dinner time on Friday and then carry you into very early on your Saturday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get you out to the airport. This is going to be I-40 near Dallas and Pike out there. As you can see, traffic moving out there without any issue. We're doing okay. Please keep in mind that other areas in the country are experiencing some snow, so there could be some cancellations or delays out there at VNA a little bit later in the morning because of that. So we're going to be checking in on that airport for you coming up here a little bit later. But right now, we're doing okay as far as at least driving to the airport report. We're going to continue to keep you up to date as we move on this morning. Well, coming up, an impeachment trial will be happening in the United States Senate. What will be the outcome for the Secretary of Homeland Security, Mayorkas? And how many GOP members want him out?
Sore throat got your tongue? Mucinex Insta-Sue sore throat medicated drops. Uniquely formulated for rapid relief that lasts and lasts. That's my baby! Oh. Get Mucinex Insta-Sue. It's comeback season.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Live look there across the capital city of the state of Tennessee. That would be Nashville. As you can see, things are nice and clear out there, but it is a little chilly out there as well. Greg Bobus has got the very latest on your forecast as winter is giving you the reminder that, yeah, it's still February. It's not quite time for spring as of yet. Well, it took a couple of tries, but Republicans were able to vote to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Now the Senate must start an impeachment trial. Fox News' Kevin Cork is in Washington with the details.
It was a packed house on Tuesday for a historic vote.
The resolution is adopted.
House Republicans voting to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas for his handling of the U.S.-Mexico border. Last week, the House's vote failed 214 to 216, but House Majority Leader Steve Scalise is back on Capitol Hill, giving GOP lawmakers a boost in numbers.
Feeling great. It's exciting to be back.
The articles against Secretary Mayorkas claim he willfully refused to enforce immigration laws and breached the public trust. He is now the second cabinet member ever to be impeached. Tuesday's vote falling along party lines as expected, with all Democrats voting against the impeachment and only 3 Republicans voting no.
Everybody's going to be held accountable for how they address what is one of the major crises in our country.
This isn't a high crime or misdemeanor, and that's what impeachment is supposed to be.
The Department of Homeland Security denouncing the impeachment, releasing a statement reading in part, quote, House Republicans will be remembered by history for trampling on the Constitution for political gain, rather than working to solve the serious challenges at our border. Meanwhile, measures to update border security remain tied up in Congress.
They should focus on that instead of doing another political stunt.
The Senate's trial of Mayorkas is not expected to start anytime soon, and senators could move to dismiss the charges early in the process. In Washington, I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
4:16 is the time, and this Valentine's Day, chocolate is more expensive now than it was last year, and your wallet is definitely feeling that difference. Now, that's thanks to the surge in cocoa prices. The most popular chocolate companies are struggling to make a profit these days. It seems that this all is stemming now from climate issues over in West Africa, the area that is responsible for more than half of the world's cocoa production, which of course you need cocoa to make the chocolate. The price of cocoa has more than doubled since the start of 2023. So we want to hear from you. How much are you spending on your significant other for Valentine's Day? You can take a look right there on the screen at the most popular results right there. 449 people have voted so far. Nearly 57% of them say $0 to $25 is how much they're spending on their significant other. And then it goes down from there. 14% say $25 to $50, 13% says $50 to $100, and then 15% says over $100. If you would like to chime in for yourself, you can scan that QR code right there on your screen, or you can check us out on our X page. You can find us over at Fox Nashville. Well, let's get to Greg Bobus right now. He's standing by with a look at your forecast here as we get you going on the Valentine's Day. If you're making plans out there, you pay attention.
Yeah,
pay attention.
Pay attention for sure. And as you know, you were saying all day yesterday, maybe there's no plan. You just do a little something. Doesn't really matter what it is. Do something, and you got time.
Check with your significant other about how important Valentine's Day is to them, and then plan accordingly. That's my advice there.
Great advice at that, and great weather. So there's no excuse to maybe you don't have a plan yet or haven't gone out and got that last minute little something you want to give your significant other. You got plenty of good weather to do it. We're back to above average temperatures this afternoon, 60 degrees. We'll be in the low 60s tomorrow. Sunny days are ahead of us here today and tomorrow. And then getting into Friday, clouds begin to creep back in early. Rain moves in late in the day and maybe even a few snowflakes, wet snowflakes on the backside of that rain overnight Friday into Saturday. It is not going to be like what we saw Monday. That's not the case. Just a couple of flakes could be on the backside because of how cold will turn. But here for your Valentine's Day, we are all clear for Code Red. We're just keeping our eyes on late Friday into Saturday. Until then, nothing to worry about. Weather not going to get in your way this morning. A beautiful look here at 419 of your Nashville skyline. And yeah, we have no visibility problems. And maybe you need to get that car wash. Maybe you have a dinner date night and you want to make sure the ride's looking good before you both head out and go have that Valentine's Day dinner. You have a great day to do it today and tomorrow. I'm going with on Friday because there is that chance to see a few showers that do creep in late in the day. Your forecast does get colder too for the weekend. Your weekend outlook. That's the big emphasis here coming up in the next check of your forecast in about 5 minutes because we're going to have the coldest temperatures we've had in weeks when it comes to wind chills overnight Friday night into Saturday and Saturday into Sunday.
Circular traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a good look at what we are dealing with. This is out there near the airport, I-40 at Dallas and Pike. We're doing fine out there so far this morning. No big problems holding you up. That is the great news. Taking a look there at I-40 near Church Street. Also looking well out there on the West Loop this morning. No problems overall out there on the interstates. We've been watching the highways and byways, and we're doing fine so far. We're going to tell you about anything that could hold you up. Coming up with Steer Clear Traffic as we're live and local with you through 9. Sumner County high schools continue to face a setback. This is after the fall football season took place and their bleachers collapsed out there. And now they're trying to make those repairs, and this is going to take them all off season to do it. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar live out there in Sumner County with what the schools plan to do.
Good morning, Justin. Well, high schoolers that go to Sumner County schools like this one that were heavily impacted last year are facing a setback. Sumner County Schools says that they don't have steel to make the new bleachers that they showed in the renderings. Now, they also say that they were hoping to give high schoolers the best experience, and that's no longer possible. But take a look at your screen at how badly damaged those bleachers were. This was due to structural issues, and the hope was that they'd have new bleachers for the football season, as you mentioned. Dr. Scott Langford, the director of schools for Sumner County, reacts.
I wish more than anything, as a parent, as a principal, as a former coach, I love senior year for our kids, and I wanted every senior to be able to have that experience in a new stadium.
Coming up at around 4:45, he'll tell you how they plan to give them the best experience. Reporting live in Hendersonville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, thank you so much. And coming up, a much-needed win for Vanderbilt over Texas A&M. Big upset for the Commodores. We're going to bring you the highlights from Memorial Gym. And a third-period turn.
And fine dining with a view. Your window treatments should be as inspiring as your home and the remarkable routine of your daily life. 3-day blinds.
4:24 is the time. In sports news, Vanderbilt basketball working on their not-so-great record. It has not been the best year of all time over there in West End, but they did get a positive sign last night as they were able to pull off an upset win against Texas A&M, the Aggies, over at Memorial Gym. Take a look, everyone. It was a fantastic night for Alan Lubin. Watch him score over and over and over again. 25 points is a career high for the young man. And the game was tied as we were coming down the stretch with just over a minute left. Now, there was a tense exchange of shots, but in the end, it was Ezra Mignon. Watch him recover from the block shot and get the game winner right there. Vanderbilt, huge game, 74-73. Watch again. Right as the light goes off. Whew, they get the win there As Memorial Magic is alive, Jerry Stackhouse is happy, 74-73 over Texas A&M. Vanderbilt, huge upset. All right, let's go down to Bridgestone Arena. Hockey news as the Nashville Predators back on the home ice, and they were trying to shut the door and keep out the devil. Let's see if they were able to do it as they were honoring the captains before last night's game. But would it translate into a victory? They were up 2-1 in the second period against the Devils, but with just over 5 minutes left in the game tied at 2. The Devils were able to get a couple of biscuits in the basket, and that would be more than enough to beat the Preds last night, 4-2 at Bridgestone Arena. Their next game is tomorrow night against the Dallas Stars.
4:26 your time, and looking ahead to the weekend, this is when everything changes. Right now, we'll be up to 60 later on this afternoon. Today, very much so like yesterday, just a little bit warmer, but everything crashes when it comes to temperature for the weekend. Nighttime temps, look at those numbers. Yeah, you're going to wake up to temperatures that'll be right around 29 degrees on Saturday. You'll wake up to temperatures that'll be at 23 before you factor in any sort of a breeze. That means for the first time in a while, we could have wind chill values in the teens on Sunday morning. The afternoons, not great either, well below average on Saturday at 40 degrees, 50 on Sunday. So a little flash of winter. We do get warmer going into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and even early on Saturday. A few raindrops and even a few wet snowflakes can't be ruled out, but Sunday lives up to its name. Plenty of sunshine for it. We'll take the latest look at future track and kind of break it down over the map so you can see where this is coming from and when it exactly does arrive and gets out here when it comes to the upcoming rain Friday into Saturday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-24 Waldron Road as you make that drive in from Laverne. As you can see, traffic is out there moving along just fine. No big problems in either direction so far this morning. Great news. Exactly how you want to start your day with steer clear traffic here for you, but we don't have any issues right now. Overall drive coming in from places like Clarksville. This is a live look at exit 11 out there, also doing rather well. We're going to take a look at some other areas of town coming up in a few. Also coming up, Tennessee lawmakers want to impose harsher penalties for helping certain people get an abortion. We're going to tell you why. And pressure is building in Cheatham County as community members are pushing,
exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Now on Fox 17 News This Morning, one study says that metro schools are one of the leaders in pandemic recovery. But school officials say they have a lot of room left to grow. We'll tell you why.
Cold start to this morning. No visibility problems or rain for today and some decent afternoons ahead. But the next weather maker brings in a big blast of winter weather for the weekend. We'll track it in your forecast.
And steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. This is going to be I-65 near Trinity Lane. We've got the freshest drive times available coming up here for you in just a few moments. Thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning. It is a Wednesday morning, February the 14th, Valentine's Day. I'm Justin McFarland. We're going to begin with state lawmakers who want to make Tennessee the latest state in the country to make it illegal for an adult to help a minor get an abortion without parental consent. Now, the state house passed a bill overnight, and now Tennessee has one of the strictest abortion bans in the nation. Critics say this is to keep minors from crossing into other states to get the procedure. A national study gives metro schools high marks for how it's helping students make up ground that was lost during the pandemic. We've used the term quite a bit. It's called learning loss. It was something that happened during the pandemic in school systems across the country. Harvard and now Stanford universities are behind the study into learning loss, taking a look at how bad it was. They rank Metro Nashville Public Schools third in math growth from the 2022 to 2023 school year out of the top 100 districts in the country. But school leaders say there's still more work to do.
Neither we nor the state have quite reached pre-pandemic levels. We are on our way. If we continue to accelerate the way we are, we will get there. Only a couple of states have actually made it to pre-pandemic levels.
In this news conference yesterday, Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell, you see him right there, said that school funding is the top investment in the budget that he will be proposing to Metro Council later this year. Well, Crisis in the Classroom is Fox 17 News' commitment to exposing problems in our schools and finding solutions. If you have a story you think we should be covering when it comes to this, please send us an email. You can find us at news@fox17.com, or you can call our tip line. Leave us a message, 615-266-4149. Let's talk to Greg. Look at the forecast.
Let's do it. 4:32 is your time this morning. We're starting off in the 30s just like yesterday morning. So your Valentine's Day is starting off chilly, but getting into the afternoon, 60 degrees and sunny. So a pretty good looking day for us once we get past sunrise and can kind of get a little boost in temperature. Next rainmaker is not going to be today or tomorrow. It will be late Friday into Saturday. Do you know where your winter coat is at? Maybe you've been getting away with a lighter jacket or maybe just a heavy jacket, but not necessarily that embracing winter coat. You're going to want it Saturday morning and Sunday morning for sure. Until then, today's beautiful. We're all clear for code red. I see no indications of any reason to be concerned about this upcoming system moving in. So not only do we keep it clear, but we also keep tracking. We are always watching for it and any subtle changes that may occur in the forecast. As of right now, things are holding pretty steady with just some light to moderate rainfall overnight Friday. 54 degrees for your Valentine's Day at 10 a.m., 62 at 2 p.m., and then maybe you have some dinner plans. 59 degrees, that'll be your temperature right around 5 p.m. Coming up in about 7 minutes, we're going to look ahead to future track, time out that rain that moves in on Friday, and then give you your 7-day forecast and piece together some colder days for the weekend.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 4:34. A quick look outside. This is going to be 65 at Trinity Lane there on the north side. As you can see, traffic moving along without issue. We're doing fine. Let's take a look at some of those drive times out there for you. Mount Juliet in at 27 minutes. Murfreesboro at 49 minutes. Franklin, 26 minutes in from the south side. We're going to continue to follow the roads for you, but right now we're doing fine. Cheatham County residents are trying to run the Tennessee Valley Authority out of town when it comes to the agency's plans to put in a gas plant. Now, if the pressure keeps up, it might actually work. Now, last year, the TVA announced the plans to build a combustible turbine plant and battery storage facility. The proposed site could take up more than 200 acres. It will be located 4 miles outside of Ashland City and Pleasant View. It also calls for 45 miles of transmission lines and 12 miles of gas pipeline. Now, there is major opposition that's putting pressure on the TVA to back down.
TVA has done one positive thing in Cheatham County. I have never seen our citizens so united. United. United in our opposition to this plant.
So far, the mayors of Pegram, Kingston Springs, Ashland City, and Pleasant View have all passed unanimous resolutions against this TVA proposed plant. We'll see where this whole thing goes from here. Crisis in the classroom this morning. Tennessee parents are getting a choice to either take money away from the already cash-strapped public schools, or are they being given a choice to take that money away? That is the debate surrounding the school choice plan being championed by Governor Bill Lee. Now, if passed, Lee's plan would allow money to follow a child, even if after they leave a public school and go to a private school. We're talking about $7,000 for each child that could be used at a school of their choice, public or private. Democrats are against the universal vouchers, and some Republicans do share their concerns.
I've got a lot of questions. I'm not getting a lot of answers. I want to see the data where it works. I don't think you can. I don't think there is any data that shows this works.
Well, coming up tonight on Fox 17 News at 9, so we've got arguments from both sides on this, on how school choice is working or maybe not working in other states. Coming up, President Biden firing back at former President Trump about his views on NATO. We're going to tell you why he says it's so concerning.
You are smart, smarty pants.
You got to unleash the power.
Weeknights at 5 on Fox 17.
.39 is the time here on this Wednesday morning. President Biden is now slamming former President Trump's comments over the weekend that the United States should only defend NATO countries that have paid enough on defense.
No other president in our history has ever bowed down to a Russian dictator. Well, let me say this as clearly as I can. I never will. For God's sake, it's dumb, it's shameful, it's dangerous, it's un-American.
Now, former President Trump did suggest if countries do not pay their fair share into NATO, that Russian President Vladimir Putin should just do whatever he wants to that country. President Trump has long criticized the military alliance known as NATO, arguing that the United States is just tasked with protecting everyone else. President Biden is arguing that the United States benefits just as much because the only time Article 5 has ever been invoked was after 9/11, after the terrorist attacks. Of course, those terrorist attacks here at the United States. Let's switch gears now, talking about flight attendants around the world as they took to the picket lines yesterday, including in cities like Charlotte, North Carolina, as well as Denver, Colorado. Let's take a look. The move was part of a worldwide day of action to demand better pay and retirement benefits for flight attendants. 2/3 of flight attendants are currently in contract negotiations. They are asking to sign contracts with more flexible schedules with a number of airlines. Now, officials from American Airlines say they've had a proposal on the table since September, and they are now ready to reach a deal.
4:41, and we have sunshine and 60 degrees later today, but always tracking the next weather maker, and the timing of a rainy weather maker is going to be Friday into Saturday. Late Friday into Saturday morning. That's the next chance to have to grab the umbrella. Taking a look until then, nothing happening today or tomorrow. Let's get into the timeline. Most of that rain going to come down after dinner time on Friday. And taking a look at the big picture at home right now, we're clear, but we're also cold. Right side of your screen, current temperatures are in the 30s, and they're going to stay that way for most of the next 7 mornings. Actually, 2 of them even colder, in the 20s, as colder air begins to move in from the north. This is going into noon of tomorrow. Still nothing happening, but a weather maker off to our north begins to move in. Possibly we get a light shower early on your Friday morning, but most of our rain going to move in. Here's 7 p.m. on Friday. That's when the rain picks up, and then it puts down some decent light to moderate rainfall overnight, possibly even catching a snowflake going into Saturday morning. Overall, the rest of the weekend looks pretty good when it comes to rain chances, not so good when it comes to temperatures. We'll take a look at that. We've got back to 20s for nighttime temperatures and below average highs coming your way in the next check of your Code Red forecast.
Clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest happening out there on I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard as you make that way through the Antioch area. As you can see, traffic out there moving along just fine. No big problems in either direction out there this morning. Could not be asking for better conditions right now as you get out and about. Even towards the airport, also looking just fine out there this morning. Even check the big board over at B&A. We are clear out there as far as flights and cancellations and delays. We'll continue to watch things for you. Well, coming up, coronavirus guidelines could be relaxed in the spring. We're going to tell you what this move could mean for the period of time that you're asked to stay home. And of course, it is valid.
So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
4:45 4:45 is the time. Americans who test positive for the coronavirus may no longer need to stay home from work or school for 5 days. Now, the Washington Post is reporting that the Center for Disease Control and Prevention will loosen its coronavirus isolation guidelines possibly in the month of April, letting people determine when they can head back into the world. Now, the agency officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity says that the new guidelines will be people that no longer have to stay home if they have been fever-free without the help of medication for at least 24 hours and their symptoms are either mild or improved. The White House has not signed off on this particular piece of guidance as of yet. The agency is expected to release it coming up here in April for public feedback. Let's go to Sumner County. Their high schools are trying to give their students the best experience possible. This is after bleachers collapsed at their high school a little bit earlier in the year. We're talking about Beach High School in particular, and now 4 others are now facing repairs as well. Let's get out to Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar. She explains it all and why those bleachers may not be ready in time for the school year.
Good morning, Justin. Well, yes, as you just mentioned, one of the schools that were impacted were Beach High School, which is right behind me. So you can imagine high schoolers, how they're feeling, especially seniors, walking through those doors and facing a setback, not being able to have those new bleachers. Sumner County School says they don't have the steel to make new bleachers for the renderings they released. They were hoping to have them made on time for the football season. As a recap, the bleachers were badly damaged in some schools. It's too dark to show them on camera, but you can see them on your screen. This was because of structural issues. Now, Dr. Scott Langford, Director of Schools for Sumner County Schools, talks about why we can't have the new bleachers.
But we're not going to be able to get steel in time. We'll continue to work hard and explore every avenue to see if there's a way we can get it sooner.
He says the plan now to give those high schoolers the best experience is to have temporary bleachers. I'll have more details on that coming up at the 5 o'clock hour. Reporting live in Hendersonville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
4:48 is the time. The day of love is here for many people, but there's a growing number of the population who are choosing not to have a romantic partner at all. Fox News' Chris Domino takes a closer look at the rise in Americans who are choosing the single life.
While Valentine's Day usually involves showing affection to your love interest or romantic partner, the latest data from the Census Bureau shows a growing number of people are actually embracing the single life.
Nearly half of American adults are unmarried. 28% of U.S. adults live alone. That's actually the most common household, having jumped ahead of the nuclear family.
This trend is especially gaining traction among younger generations.
Pew Center reveals, their studies reveal, that 25% of millennials will never marry.
Peter McGraw of the University of Colorado Boulder has been studying this rise, but says not all singles are the same.
The first type I call someday singles. These are people who are looking for their person. They're looking for the one. Dating culture is fraught. And these people in many ways are sort of waiting kind of hopelessly.
But according to McGraw, more people are falling under the no-way singles category.
These are people who are not looking for dating or romance, whether it be for now or forever. Pew Center finds that half of American singles are not looking for casual dates or a romantic relationship at the moment.
Meanwhile, McGraw says feeling secure with yourself and owning your independence could help strengthen the connections you have with friends and family.
It actually makes the relationships that you have a lot healthier, in a sense, because you're not relying on this person to fill a void in your life.
Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
4:49 is the time. All right, so you just heard that last story about the number of people out there who are single, and there's no question that there's a significant part of the population that's out there. Greg and I are not among them.
We're not.
We have people in our lives. My wife is up watching right now, as a matter of fact. I love you, babe. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Now we're going to talk to Greg now that that business is taken care of. Greg, how are we dealing out there for the Valentine's Day festivities, no matter what you may have planned?
I'm giving you a great day no matter what any plan is. If you have to get out the house at any point, no matter what your strategy is, you've got a good one. It's a little cold right now. You want a decent coat. But this afternoon, we're going to dial up a 60-degree sunny day. Warmer for us here on this Valentine's Day. Only chilly for the morning. Warm highs until this upcoming weekend. The weekend not looking all that pretty. We have some rain that moves in Friday night into Saturday, and temperatures just plummet. I'm talking about a blast of some winter weather here when it comes to how it's going to feel for the weekend because of that rain that moves in. But we're all clear for code red. It's not going to be dangerously cold, just uncomfortably cold. Here's what we're tracking. We're watching that next rain chance. Chance of snow showers could be late in the forecast, late Friday night into early Saturday morning. And then the cold air kind of hugs you a little bit this weekend. 61 today, 63 degrees tomorrow, 58 on Friday. That rain slides in after some cloud cover arrives before it, and then 40 degrees on Saturday, 50 on Sunday. We've really got to deep dive a little bit more into those nighttime temperatures, though, because we're going to feel even colder. We'll talk about that in about 5 minutes, Justin.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get you over to the south side of town, I believe. This is going to be I-65. Here we are. Yeah, I-65 over here at Armory Drive, over there on the south side. As you can see, traffic moving along without any problems there. We're actually in good shape making that drive in. No big problems there on that side of town. Other areas include I-24 near Hickory Hollow Parkway, also looking pretty good over there in that particular area. We'll continue to watch the roads out there, but right now we're doing fine north, south, east, and west. Country music icon Dolly Parton is breaking her silence about Elle King's drunken tirade during a tribute performance at the Grand Ole Opry. Now, King faced some backlash after admitting that she was, quote, hammered, end quote, during her birthday tribute to Dolly Parton. Dolly is responding with some grace, saying that King is a great girl and she's been going through a lot of hard things lately. Dolly says that it's time to just forgive and forget and move on. The Grand Ole Opry issued a statement apologizing to fans after King's performance. Well, coming up, strapping cameras to a polar bear. We're going to tell you why scientists are trying this tactic to learn how changing temperatures are affecting the Arctic. And some Disney employees.
It's time the world sees your smile. Whether it's a single tooth, dentures, or dental implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone.
Go ahead and smile.
.455 is the time. Live look there along Lower Broadway. As you can see, traffic is doing fine. They washed the streets for you. Make sure that it's nice and clean for this Valentine's Day. Did not go the Preds' way last night. They lost to the Devils 4-2. Final score down there at Bridgestone Arena. Of course, we're going to be telling you about other things happening at the arena coming up here over the next few days. In the meantime, let's switch gears, talk about wildlife biologists and the research that they are doing. The United States Geological Survey looked at exactly how climate change is affecting polar bears, but they're looking at it through their own eyes. Now, researchers were able to strap cameras equipped with GPS trackers on 20 polar bears. This is in Canada. Scientists analyzed exactly how the bears adapted to the loss of the Arctic ice. Polar bears normally hunt their preferred prey, seals, in sea ice out there. Now, during the ice-free periods in the north, the bears were forced to move inland looking for food. Scientists monitored their diet, their daily energy, changes in their body mass and behavior. The study was published in the journal Nature Communications.
4:56 your time right now. You're waking up. Make sure you got a good coat just like yesterday. We're cold. We're in the 30s right side of your screen, and that's not going to go away. We have really cold air that actually gets even colder for mornings going into the weekend. Look at the blue numbers here. So we have the 40-degree high temperature on Saturday. That's after you wake up to a temperature that will be in the upper 20s. Even colder in the morning on Sunday. 23 degrees will be the temperature as the sun is coming up. 50 for the afternoon. Rain early on Saturday, maybe even a few wet snowflakes in a few of our upper elevated areas across Middle Tennessee. Little flash of winter, but Sunday lives up to its name. How do you track that rain that moves in Friday night into early Saturday? Very easily. You can even be laying in bed and just flip open the phone, go to the Fox 17 Code Red weather app and see if the rain is still hanging around as you're waking up on your Saturday, or if you're good to go to get back outside.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a quick look here at what we're dealing with. This is going to be out on I-24 Bradley Parkway as you make that drive down from the Jolton and Whites Creek area. As you can see, traffic moving along just fine up there from the north and west side of town. Coming down from Jolton, from Whites Creek, we're doing fine. No big problems in either direction. We're going to continue to watch the roads, tell you exactly what we find throughout the morning with steer clear traffic as we got you covered live and local through 9. Disneyland employees who perform as some of the most popular characters may be joining a union very soon. Now, the Actors Equality or Equity Association says that they are looking to represent around 1,700 characters and their actors and parade workers at Disneyland in California. The union says it has received more than 30% of their needed support from employees. They need that support to file for representation for a vote with the National Labor Relations Board. The union already represents performers with the same jobs at Disney down in Orlando. That's Disney World down there. And other locations across the country. The Disneyland performers say they are seeking higher pay as well as a safer workplace and scheduling transparency. A lot of different things there. All right, well, Notre Dame is now one step closer to welcoming back tourists. This is something that's near and dear to me. I was just over there in October, and they were still working on this. This is after that fire went ripping through the cathedral. Well, now they are revealing that the spire there that is decorated with that golden cross at the top is now getting ready to be returned as you watch it fall right here. This is after that fire years ago, 2019 to be exact. It is slated to reopen at the end of the year, around December the 8th. To the general public. So next time you're in Paris, if you're there in December, you should be able to see Notre Dame in all of its glory once again. Your 5 o'clock hour starts now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning, 5 o'clock right now on Fox 17 News This Morning. Cameras in our schools meant to detect weapons will be active soon. We'll tell you where, and other security measures now on the radar.
In a few minutes, I'll have an update on the scheduled new bleachers for the Sumner County high schools.
And good morning. Waking up a little bit chilly right now, but a great day in store for Valentine's Day. I'm glad we're getting this weather now, because if you've got weekend plans, you want to listen up. We're back to winter for a couple days.
All right, we're going to enjoy this Valentine's Day, though. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Wednesday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Don't let that false spring fool you, right? We are still in the throes of winter. We'll check in with Greg here in just a minute. But first, let's get to the top 3 stories you'll want to know about before you head out the door here on this Wednesday morning. In case you missed it, new from overnight, the U.S. House approves articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. This is the first time in nearly 150 years that a cabinet member faces an impeachment trial. Republicans accuse Mayorkas of violating immigration laws and willingly not enforcing border security. Next step is in the Senate, where Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is signaling this impeachment trial will be quick, and as Democrats do control that chamber, Mayorkas will likely be off the hook.
Sticking with politics, Democrat Tom Suozzi winning a special election race over in New York. This happened yesterday. He is succeeding former Congressman George Santos. Republican Republicans' slim majority in the U.S. House now gets even more narrow with a 219 to 213 advantage.
And the funeral for a Tennessee deputy shot and killed last week is happening today. This happened in Blount County. The funeral is in Knoxville. Deputy Greg McGowan performing a traffic stop when Kenneth DeHart is accused of shooting and killing him. The breaking news update there in that front is that DeHart is now in custody as of last night.
Now to Operation Crime and Justice. We want to let you know that investigators say they have arrested a man accused of attempted rape and kidnapping. This was our breaking news story last week.
Yeah, so here we go. 27-year-old Eric McLean is now accused of attacking a 30-year-old woman on 11th Avenue North earlier this morning. Police say McLean grabbed the woman from behind, knocked her to the ground, and tried to remove her clothing. This is the woman who was out on a jog. She fought back, and a witness nearby started screaming and intervened. That's when police say McLean ran away.
Yeah, so police say McLean is now in custody on a $140,000 bond.
I know a lot of folks are resting a little easier now,
absolutely,
knowing that that he is off the streets. Let's go to Sumner County this morning, where high schools trying to give their students the best sports experience after bleachers collapsed this past year, but they're now facing a setback.
This story caught me by surprise. Right now, Fox 17 News' Kieran Aguilar joining us live, explaining what the surprise is.
Well, the initial surprise was to make new bleachers, but that's no longer possible according to Sumner County Schools. They tell me that that's not possible because there's just not enough steel, and that is impacting high schoolers that go to Sumner County schools like Beach High School. We've seen the pictures of those bleachers being collapsed. Right now at this moment, it's too dark to show you, so if you want to take a look at your screen, you can see just how badly they were hurt, and that's because of structural issues, disappointing those who are sports fans. Now, Dr. Scott Langford, the director of schools for Sumner County Schools, says they plan to make temporary bleachers to help give students and especially seniors the best experience they can have. Take a listen further.
We're going to make sure that every home football game is played at Portland High School, Beach High School, and Hendersonville High School.
Dr. Langford says that at this moment there are still more plans to be developed as to how and when the new bleachers are going to be installed. However, he says that he will be updating people today in a letter. Reporting live in Hendersonville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Good morning. 5:04 is the time here, waking up on this Wednesday. We're taking a look at a forecast where our temperatures, they're not great now, but they'll be great this afternoon. So the three things to know as we continue this week is just back to above average temperatures across the board, above 60 degrees today and tomorrow, and near 60 degrees on Friday. Sunny until we reach Friday. That's the day where we kind of take a left turn in the forecast and, you know, that exit ramp off of the nice weather and kind of go back into winter a little bit here. Rain late Friday, and we have possibility of some snowflakes out there. Now, the rain timing is everything for plans you may have Friday evening, which I'll get to on future track. Just know, dinner time and beyond, rain begins to track through Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. But we're all clear. No code red weather associated with that, so no worries there. But we're tracking that late week weather maker for you and giving you a look at your 7-day forecast that is 6 minutes ahead in the next check of your code red forecast. Right now, we'll see hopefully nothing going on the roads this early in your steer clear traffic.
And Greg, thank you so much. 5:05 this Valentine's morning. Do want to show you a live look near the airport, which is typically always very busy, but we're seeing somewhat of a slowdown over there over the last couple of days. So I-40 Donaldson Pike, no issues at hand, giving you the green light if you're heading out this way. We'll continue sharing those traffic updates, though. You know it, up until 9 a.m.
One of the top stories that has had such an impact for all of our families in the mid-state takes us to crisis in the classroom, and that is security and safety in our schools. We go now to Metro Nashville Public Schools, where leaders say crews are now installing weapon detection systems in schools across the district.
Those specialized cameras are going up pretty soon. Director of Metro Schools, Dr. Adrian Battle, says the weapon detection system will soon be activated by next week once all of their staff is fully trained. Well, Metro Schools telling Fox 17 News that hiring SROs, those school resource officers, for elementary schools is a responsibility of Metro Police. And Metro Police did say they are currently working to hire SROs for elementary schools. MNPS says Metro Police also added patrols and police officers that are stationed outside of schools for even more protection.
It's 5:07 right now. What to expect from the presidential primaries? Familiar and unfamiliar names on the ballot right here in Tennessee, as today is the first day of early voting.
And an Ohio law blocking.
We've been breathing this.
Lots of people don't realize that mold feeds off moisture in their crawl space. But don't worry, we got this.
At AFS, we'll do a home inspection for free.
Good morning, 5:09. Across the nation, let's talk security for our children online. A federal judge has now temporarily blocked an Ohio law that would have regulated children's access to social media, claiming it's likely unconstitutional. This legislation would have required social media platforms to get parental consent before children under the age of 16 could create accounts. Now listen, those safeguards are already supposed to exist on the platforms themselves, but they're trying to make this a law in Ohio. The judge in the case said that the bill has an untargeted approach, and that's the problem. They see it as parents must only give a one-time approval for creating an account, and the concern would be that might need to be something that happens regularly. He said beyond that, under the law, parents and platforms are not required to protect against any of the specific dangers that social media might pose, even if there are many. This could be a tough sign for a similar bill that is currently in our Tennessee House, which would require a parent's one-time approval for anyone under 18 to make a social media account. Our bill here in Tennessee is scheduled for a discussion in a House subcommittee coming up February 27th.
Politics now, your voice, your vote. Early voting does begin today for the Tennessee election on March 5th, Super Tuesday. Now on the Democratic primary ballot is President Joe Biden. The Republican ballot, though, it's going to list a lot of candidates who are no longer in the race, so we want to bring you up to speed on this. Just 4 candidates are still competing for the nomination, though. 2 long shots, and we're listing them out right behind me here. Those do include Texas pastor, and also, we understand, when we look at a closer look at this, Texas pastor and businessman Ryan Binkley, I should say, and long shot candidate Nikki Haley. That's former South Carolina governor and United Nations ambassador. Air Force combat pilot and businessman David Stuckenberg is another long shot candidate from Florida, and then of course former President Donald Trump, the current frontrunner. If you want to take a closer look at all this information, about the election, go to fox17.com. We have all the candidates listed right there for you.
Just about 5:12 here on your Wednesday. It's hump day. It's Valentine's Day. How's the forecast looking? If you have plans, well,
pretty good.
Greg is here with us to talk about it.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. I mean, this morning going to be cold again. Right side of your screen, you're seeing temperatures that are in the 30s. We can't escape nighttime cold temperatures for the next week. That's just what we're going to have to deal with. But the afternoons look so good. 61 degrees, your afternoon high on this Valentine's Day tomorrow. 63, but look at this. What's going on here? We have a drop in temperature from Friday into Saturday and Sunday, a significant drop. We'll drop more than 20 degrees for high temperatures and back into the 20s at nighttime because our next weather maker that brings in some rain also brings in colder air. Here's today, complete sunshine, no worries, and warm temps. Tomorrow, similar story. Then going into Friday, clouds will pick up in the morning into the afternoon. Here is 10 a.m. Friday. Barely escaping some rain off to the north, 7 p.m. Friday. There's no escaping this. Cold front moves in, and then we're talking about basically dinner time all the way through breakfast time on Saturday. Rain coming down for us here, light to moderate, maybe even a few wet snowflakes, but nothing that's going to be like what we had on Monday. We're not going that route again. But by Saturday morning, we're going to have temperatures in the 20s, and same with Sunday. Keep that in mind.
Noted, Greg, and will do. Thank you very much. Right now, steer clear traffic at 5:13. Hope your morning's off to a great start. Traffic is looking good. If you are getting up early, maybe going to the gym, or if you got to get to work a little early this morning, things are not at all problematic. This is a live look over near I-24 Briley Parkway. So smooth sailing in your morning commute right now. I'm noticing a little bit of a backup on I-65 in Millersville, but can't really tell why. It could be that the trucks are just sleeping on the shoulder, but we'll keep an eye on your northern commute and let you know whether there's anything you need to steer clear of in minutes.
Coming up, an impeachment trial will be happening in the Senate. What the outcome could be for Secretary Mayorkas, as many GOP members want him out.
That is a big story of the morning and
really helped me stay sharp and present. It's really worked for me.
Prevagen at stores everywhere without a prescription.
Good morning, 5:16 is the time, and right now we have our photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey out there giving you a live look at the Nashville Yards. Now listen, this is an ongoing project. A lot going on here. We're talking about Pinnacle, the new concert venue that's happening in this area, the child care opportunities that are going to be available in this area, the food.
Office space.
It's a lot.
Living space. This is right on the other side of Top Golf. So if you are driving in and around downtown Nashville and you're wondering what are all those cranes and what's going up there, that is the new Nashville Yards project.
We're keeping a close eye on national headlines because it took 2 tries, but House Republicans voted to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
Yeah, this was one of the top stories that we first brought you at the top of the hour. Let's dive a little deeper now. The Senate must start an impeachment trial now as a result of the House vote overnight. We have Fox News' Kevin Cork in Washington with the latest this morning.
It was a packed House on Tuesday for a historic vote.
The resolution is adopted.
House Republicans voting to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas for his handling of the U.S.-Mexico border. Last week, the House's vote failed 214 to 216, but House Majority Leader Steve Scalise is back on Capitol Hill, giving GOP lawmakers a boost in numbers.
Feeling great. It's exciting to be back.
The articles against Secretary Mayorkas claim he willfully refused to enforce immigration laws and breached the public trust. He is now the second cabinet member ever to be impeached. Tuesday's vote falling along party lines as expected, with all Democrats voting against the impeachment and only 3 Republicans voting no.
Everybody's going to be held accountable for how they address what is one of the major crises in our country.
This isn't a high crime or misdemeanor, and that's what impeachment is supposed to be.
The Department of Homeland Security denouncing the impeachment, releasing a statement, reading in part, quote, House Republicans will be remembered by history for trampling on the Constitution for political gain, rather than working to solve the serious challenges at our border. Meanwhile, measures to update border security remain tied up in Congress.
They should focus on that instead of doing another political stunt.
The Senate's trial of Mayorkas is not expected to start anytime soon, and senators could move to dismiss the charges early in the process. In Washington, I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
Kevin, thank you. Let's talk about Valentine's Day. Maybe you noticed that chocolate is more expensive than last year, and maybe you're feeling it in your wallet.
We're feeling it everywhere, right? And that is because, at least on the chocolate front, thanks to a surge in cocoa prices. Even some of the most popular chocolate companies right now claim that they're struggling to make a profit. They say it stems from climate issues in West Africa, which is the area of the world responsible for more than half of the cocoa production worldwide. In fact, prices have more than doubled since the beginning of last year.
Well, let's talk about how much you're spending. We want to know, how much are you spending on your significant other for Valentine's Day? I always think this is pretty interesting. So right now in the lead is $0 to $25.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the cards, a couple of flowers.
So you just do a little something.
That's all it takes.
Nothing extravagant.
My mom is making me a good old dinner.
Oh.
Yeah, to
that
say
sounds good.
Thanks.
I woke up this morning to the sweetest little handwritten note from my daughter. It was precious, and some little chocolates and a card. So, you know, yeah, like we said, and I think like a lot of you feel the same way. Sometimes it's just the little things.
It is the little things.
If you want to take part in our poll and maybe leave us a comment about what you're doing or what was done for you, scan the QR code right there, or head to twitter.com. Just search Fox Nashville.
Thankfully, though, if you want to get outside and just take a good old stroll for Valentine's Day, the weather is going to cooperate.
It's going to be perfect. And I have to share a tweet with you that I saw this morning that just cracked me up. Took me back to elementary school.
Okay.
You know, going to store and finding the Valentines for the entire class.
Yes.
Says, sorry, Mom, there are 26 kids in your daughter's class, and Valentines come in boxes of 24.
So then you have to buy
the
second box. I can so relate to that. Yeah, I didn't really need the whole second box of 24. I just needed 2 more. Man, Greg, that hit home.
Then you get to enjoy the rest of the candies.
Also making the little shoebox,
yeah,
you know, holders where you stuff them all down in there. Oh,
takes you back. Everyone here on this Valentine's Day, I promise you great weather. So whatever you may have in store for your significant other, or maybe they got something planned for you you're not quite sure about, just get through a cold morning and you have a fantastic day. Could be some frost on the windshield though, so maybe you're leaving before your significant other and you look and you see, ooh, we both parked outside and that windshield's a little bit frosty. Hey, that even goes a long way to starting off someone's day on a better one. Get the frost off the windshield. Taking a look at some sunglasses necessary later on today. Green light though, no rain going to slow you down, no visibility problems. Here you go, 62 degrees will be your temperature by 2 o'clock. And then as you get toward dinner time, 59. So a really nice afternoon and evening ahead.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's check out I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard as you make the drive down from the Jolton and Whites Creek area. As you can see, there's a bit of a slowdown there on the shoulder of the road as authorities make their presence known. Once you get past this, it's not too bad overall. Clarksville to downtown, 59 minutes. Murfreesboro, 52. Franklin into downtown at 26 minutes.
Justin, thank you. 5:21 is the time right now. Let's get to sports headlines here on your Wednesday morning. And a big headline for Vanderbilt basketball, working on a not so great record right now. They're having a rough season, but boy, did they get a shot in the arm last night as they pulled off a down to the wire win against the Texas A&M Aggies.
So we're taking a great look at the highlights here. A great game for Vandy's Vin Allen Lubin. Watch him scoring over and over again for a career-high 25 points. The game was tied at just over a minute left, a tense exchange of shots. Look at this. Then we have Ezra Mannion recovering from a block and getting the game winner in. Now, he really came through this game with 19 points for a 74-73 victory over Texas A&M. Goodness gracious, that was a nail-biter.
Congratulations, guys. Hey, Tennessee's Department of Safety.
Your morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or a country fried steak biscuit. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
5:25 is the time. The Tennessee Department of Safety says they have checked nearly 70,000 doors at schools over the past few months across the state. It's all part of their efforts to assist local school systems to try and keep classrooms safe. Now, they say they are also tracking school threats. And if you say, well, aren't we all tracking the school threats? No, they say they're really tracking them, and they are tracking each and every one of them, and they treat them very seriously. And don't be surprised if they follow up, and that includes phone calls and visits to parents.
We keep track of threats to schools, just the ones that we receive. That doesn't mean that's all the threats to schools, but just the ones we received. Since school started, we're now at 101, and when you do the math, it comes out to about 1 per school day. We're very active. We investigate every credible threat to a school, and we run it out until we can make a determination on whether the threat poses a real concern for violence at the school. We continue to work hard to make sure our schools are safe.
So just to summarize there, every single day, some school in the state of Tennessee receives a credible threat that gets the Tennessee Department of Safety's attention. Now, coming up a little bit later, we're going to tell you about the effort to keep people who are lost or stranded safe and found.
5:26 your time, and one more little note. Maybe you do have some plans to get out and about for Valentine's Day, or you're just going to get out and about in general, and you haven't given the car a wash in a minute. A good-looking car always helps the situation. So you're good today and tomorrow to get a car wash. I'm going to give you a yes today, yes tomorrow. I'm going to go with the yellow light on Friday. It depends. If your car is going to be maybe in a garage Friday night into Saturday, or you're parked undercover on Friday into Saturday, go ahead and go for it. If not, we do have showers that move in after dinner time, or actually right around dinner time on Friday, into the overnight hours, and then that drops our temperature significantly. Only 40 on Saturday, 50 on Sunday. Nighttime temperatures are going to be in the 20s both mornings, Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Thankfully, we get rid of the rain early enough on Saturday that we go back to some sunshine by Sunday. Most of our weekend hours themselves are going to be on the dry side.
Stay clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a quick look here at I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard as you make that drive down from the Jolton and Whites Creek area. As you can see, traffic there, it's moving nicely. However, we're running into a crash here. Once you get on the other side of it, it's moving nicely. On this side of it, it's moving slowly. Let's show you where the crash is coming out from Clarksville. 64 minutes on that drive as you make your way through. You can try to take 431. That's going to be Whites Creek Pike, or Highway 112 41. That's going to be Clarksville Highway. Those are going to be your best bets to steer clear. Pushback against the TVA. We're going to tell you why Cheatham County residents are fired up this morning. Plus, the latest out of Sumner County is we've got an update.
Power. Weeknights at 5 on Fox 17.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Eurostone. You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning, 5:30 right now on Fox 17 News This Morning. We go to Sumner County where there is an ongoing struggle to repair the school bleachers that collapsed this past year. We'll get you updated in minutes.
Wake up this morning calm and cold on your Valentine's Day. If you've got plans later, the forecast can be key. We'll make sure you know what you're getting into later on today, but I'll tell you a little sneak peek. You're probably going to like it in your forecast.
Steer clear traffic. This is going to be I-424 at Old Hickory Boulevard as you make that drive from Jolton and Whites Creek. I'm going to tell you the best ways to steer clear.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here on Fox 17 News this Valentine's Day. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We're glad to be here for you live through 9. One of our top stories new this morning is part of continuing coverage out of Sumner County, where they're trying to get things together to rebuild bleachers at several high schools after either they collapsed or were found to have all kinds of structural issues over about the last year.
Yeah, so Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar getting some answers about what is happening there. Hi there, Karen.
Hi there, Jen. Good morning. Well, Sumner County schools, including Beach High School behind me, were impacted. Now, we can't get any closer to the school or the bleachers, but for some perspective, when high schoolers walk through those doors, they are facing a setback because Sumner County Schools says there is no steel for the new proposed bleachers. As a recap, the bleachers were badly damaged in some schools. It's too dark to show them on camera, but you can see them on your screen. This was because of structural issues. Now, because there will be no new bleachers, there will be temporary bleachers. Dr. Langford, director of Sumner County Schools, tells us how the temporary bleachers will impact students.
We'll be able to play our middle school games, our ninth grade games, our JV games, our band competitions. We're going to stage everything to make it as close to a regular Friday night as possible, knowing that in the future we're going to have the best possible athletic facilities.
Coming up for the 6 o'clock hour, he tells us what exactly is going to be staged to give students the best experience possible. Reporting live in Hendersonville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
5:32, your time taking a look at the forecast here on this Wednesday morning. Starting off cold, 33 degrees, even colder for some of us than what we were feeling yesterday morning at this same time. We're crystal clear, but that'll help us warm fairly quickly and a little bit warmer this afternoon than yesterday. Up near 60 to 62 degrees, depending upon how close to downtown you are. 54 will be your temperature at 10 a.m., 62 at 2 p.m., and 59 degrees at 5 o'clock. No rain whatsoever today, maybe a cloud or two, and that's basically it. How do the next few days look, though? Things trend in a downward direction, unfortunately. Tomorrow, still good, 63 and sunny, but then on Friday, rain moves in right around dinner time into the overnight. Puts us to a pretty cold temperature on Saturday. That's the high of 40 degrees and only 50 degrees on Sunday. So we're talking about some cold times that are ahead of us. That 7-day forecast shows that slide down. Look at the nighttime temps. They'll be in the 20s. We're going to time out that rain for you with Future Track in about 7 minutes from right now.
Steer clear traffic takes us to I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard, making that drive down from Jolton and Whites Creek. We've got a little bit of a disturbance here in the forest. We've got police department pulled here on the shoulder, backing things up towards that Pleasant View area. 64 minutes on that current drive down. You want to try to take places like Whites Creek Pike or Clarksville Highway as the best ways to get around this. We're going to be showing other areas of town coming up soon.
Justin, thank you. 5:34 right now, and in your community, we go to Cheatham County, where neighbors there are trying to run the Tennessee Valley Authority out of town when it comes to the agency's plan to put in a gas plant and pipelines. And if the pressure keeps up, those neighbors might get a win.
Last year, TVA announced plans to go ahead and build a Cheatham County generation site, a combustion turbine plant and battery storage facility. That's a lot of words, okay? The proposed site, we know, could take up more than 200 acres. It would be located 4 miles outside of Ashland City and Pleasant View in a rural upscale neighborhood. Plans also called for 45 miles of transmission lines and then 12 miles of gas pipeline.
Overwhelming opposition is there, and it is putting the pressure on the TVA to back down.
TVA has done one positive thing in Cheatham County. I have never seen our citizens so united. United. United in our opposition to this plant.
All right, so that is the Cheatham County mayor, and look at the packed house last night. You know, we previewed this yesterday morning, letting you know that if you wanted to go let your voice be heard and ask questions, standing room only in this in the middle school gym there. So far, the mayors of Pegram, Kingston Springs, Ashland City, and Pleasant View have also all unanimously passed resolutions against this proposed TVA plant. This is a story that impacts so many. We'll continue to follow it and let you know what happens next.
Right now in Crisis in the Classroom, a series of stories here on Fox 17 News. We've been covering efforts to keep our children safe at school for nearly a decade.
We have, and this morning, Metro Nashville school leaders tell Fox 17 News they are in the process of installing ballistic film on windows and glass doors at Metro school buildings. A lot of folks say this is a long time coming and overdue. Experts say this film makes it extremely difficult for an intruder to make it inside a school. This upgrade is not a quick fix, though. Metro says every school will have several steps to go through in order to install the film.
Yeah, so weather can also slow down the progress. The plan is to have the project finished, though, by the end of this year.
Taking a look right now at the progress Metro Schools has made since COVID when it comes to learning loss and
room, reclining furniture, and more.
Plus free next day delivery.
It's the B.F. Myers Furniture President's Day sale.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Southeast Financial Credit Union.
Good morning and welcome to Fox 17 News this morning. Your time right now is 5:39. Let's talk crisis in the classroom. There's a new national study that is giving Metro Nashville public schools high marks for how it's helping students make up ground lost during the pandemic.
Harvard and Stanford universities are behind this particular study. They rank MNPS third in math growth from 2022 to 2023 out of the top 100 districts in the country. But school leaders say there is still some more work to do. In a news conference, Mayor Freddie O'Connell said the school funding is the top investment in the budget that he's proposing to Metro Council.
Check this out. New this morning, at least one person is dead. 5 others are injured after a car crashes into a hospital. Unbelievable here. You can see the smoke and the debris everywhere in this hospital. Looks like a waiting room in Texas. Yeah, this is, people started recording, as you can imagine, from inside the hospital, showing a hectic, chaotic scene. My gosh, this is St. David's North Austin Medical Center, and this is the waiting area to their emergency room, where a car smashed right into the front of that building.
Well, police confirmed that the driver of the vehicle is dead, and some of the victims were then taken to other medical centers in the area so they could get the help, because you could understand this hospital was dealing with their own situation.
Right.
The Austin Police Department over there not reporting the accident as intentional at this time, but it is under investigation.
Wow. All right, 5:41 right now. If you're up and you're thinking, okay, how can I make my plans for today, whether it's Valentine's Day or otherwise? Greg, the word of the day?
Fantastic.
Good.
Perfect.
But
this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the weekend not going to be all that good, but today and tomorrow are very nice. Friday into Saturday, it's not going to wash the whole thing out, but if you have dinner plans Friday, so you're pushing back Valentine's Day, just can't do anything today, know that you're going to have an umbrella handy for dinner time Friday into Saturday. That's our next weather maker that then brings in colder air for the weekend itself. I want to stress today and tomorrow we're good. You can see it right here. Next few days, here's today, nothing popping up on the radar overhead. Tomorrow, nothing popping up either. And now, Friday morning, you might get a quick little sprinkle in the morning, but then the afternoon dries back out. The evening hours, here's 7 p.m. Yeah, we have rain moving in dinner time on your Friday through breakfast time on Saturday.
Steer clear traffic takes us to the Jolton, Whites Creek area, I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard. You make that drive down from the Jolton and Whites Creek area. You can see where authorities have pulled over a car there on the shoulder of the road. It is causing a slight delay. Here are your drive times right now. Clarksville to downtown, 64 minutes. You could take Clarksville Highway to steer clear. Murfreesboro and Hendersonville have a good drive time right now.
Justin, thank you. Coming up, Dolly Parton. Well, she has a message this Valentine's Day, what she wants fans to do after singer Elle King messed up a special birthday tribute.
And right now, 5:43 is the time. A live look at that brand new Nashville Yards development. If you were watching a little while ago, you might have heard me mention this is near Topgolf. I got my developments mixed up. The Nashville Yards project is on the other side of the river, but over by Topgolf, we've got a whole nother development popping up over there. So what you'll want to know is that this Nashville Yards project.
Now, for a limited time, get a free adjustable base with a qualifying mattress purchase. Plus, save up to $800 on select adjustable mattress sets. Only at Ashley.
Good morning and welcome into Fox 17 News this morning. It is 5:46. Hope your day's off to a great start. We want to get you updated on all the things that are popping up around Middle Tennessee, specifically Nashville. And if you've been driving around downtown lately and seeing all of the construction sites.
How can you miss it?
And there are many. You will know that the Nashville Yards is one of the biggest projects. This is in the area where we used to have the old Lifeway building. You know, the Lifeway Tower got demolished a few years ago. They relocated to another part of downtown. And so this entire campus and, spanning an entire city block, basically, is really just starting to rise up.
Oh, yeah. And this development is going to include restaurants and childcare. And it's also going to be home to a music venue called The Pinnacle. Eventually, it's going to seat about 4,500 people. Wow. In all, that's in addition to a lot of mixed-use office space and more than 2,000 residential units. So we're just giving you a look at how this project is really taking off, and a live look out there this Valentine's Day to say, if you are heading to this area, you might want to give yourself a little bit extra time because traffic is always a headache too with everything going on.
Yeah, like if you have downtown reservations for dinner.
Yes.
And maybe they don't have valet parking, extra time will be on your side.
Let's talk about some entertainment news. Country icon Dolly Parton is breaking her silence about Elle King's drunken state during a tribute at the Grand Ole Opry. This was headlines a couple of weeks ago.
It was, and it was so bad, the Opry actually issued an apology for Elle King's behavior. She faced a lot of backlash after admitting that she was, quote, hammered during the birthday tribute she was performing for Dolly Parton. Well, Dolly has responded in a way that only Dolly could, saying that Elle King is a great girl. She's been going through a lot of hard things lately. And Dolly said, let's just forgive, forget, and move on.
Giving her some grace.
Yeah.
The Grand Ole Opry issuing an apology to fans after King's performance as well. It's a story that's trending on Fox17.com, and that's where you can get some more updates and take a closer look at it. Today is also, we know this, Valentine's Day. We got the red on here trying to get you encouraged to be kind today. Yeah. It's typically a big day for small businesses.
It is. And in fact, we have Marciela de la Cruz who talked to some small business owners about how inflation is impacting their Valentine's Day plans.
Welcome in.
February 14th is a romantic tradition for many couples.
We get ready about a couple months, maybe even longer than that, ordering vases, ordering flowers.
But inflation may be the thorn in this year's spending.
I'll give you a complimentary piece. How's that? I'm selling a lot more smaller
the smaller sized heart boxes as opposed to these larger ones.
Despite traditionally being one of the best days for local businesses,
Valentine's Day is our second biggest holiday.
Business owners in different industries are noticing fewer pre-orders.
Typically, in the past, we have, had to put kind of like a halt to our orders. This year, we're accepting more orders than usual.
So as inflation threatens to break hearts, a lot of people are opting for smaller, more affordable gifts.
Anything in the smaller range, the $10 range, which I don't have any more of this item anymore, is sold out.
And Sacramentans are not alone. A survey from Wallet Hub shows that 46% of Americans say that inflation is impacting their Valentine's Day plans. With this in mind, business owners are hoping that those last-minute shoppers make a comeback to save those sales.
I think it's mostly men. They're always at the last minute grabbing something, so I think we're going to do well tomorrow.
And maybe once again help some sell out of their product.
There's a lot of last-minute orders. And then we do get a lot of walk-ins. So that's why we sold out last year, not because of any pre-orders.
And we want to hear from you. How much are you spending on your significant others for this Valentine's Day? It's a live poll over on our X account. Right now, $0 to $25 is the big contender.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show that y'all feel the way that a lot of us do, is that you don't have to spend a ton of money to show somebody you care about them.
That's right.
Whether it's Valentine's Day or any other day of the year. If you want to let us know how you feel about it, you can vote and leave us a comment. Scan that QR code right there. It'll take you directly to our Fox Nashville Twitter account, or you can head to twitter.com and just look us up.
Now, part of my Valentine's Day plans, Greg, do involve getting outside with the baby and my mom and just taking it all in, the sunshine.
And you have the entire day to do it at any point in the day, maybe twice if you want.
Oh.
And then you said y'all are wearing red, and I look at myself and I go, way to drop the ball.
I asked where your red tie is. It's okay.
Greg, come here. Greg, come here.
Well, I found this, so I should do a wardrobe change too.
Look,
at some point.
Here's a little pop of red, a pop of color.
Do I have to wait till
There's your little Hershey kiss.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, welcome. You don't have to eat it right now, but there you go.
I have to go do
There's your pop of color.
All right, let's take a look at your forecast this morning. Jen, I appreciate you. Taking a look here. What's new this morning, and we're going to dive into it more in just a little bit, is that only chilly in the mornings, warm highs until the weekend. Next rain chance is going to be Friday into Saturday. That's going to knock down our temperatures. Sneak peek at your 7-day forecast today. Phenomenal. 61 degrees. Plenty of sunshine later today. Nighttime temperatures very cold. We got to focus on that weekend. Rain chances and very cold temps in the 20s coming up in a few.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get you to I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard. This is an area we've been following for the last few moments here. We do have a crash there on the shoulder of the road, and it is causing some slow downs. Clarksville to downtown is 64 minutes right now. You want to take Clarksville Highway or Whites Creek Pike in order to steer clear.
Coming up on Fox 17 News this Wednesday morning, a normal day for restaurant staffers becomes their luckiest day.
Wow.
We're going to share this heartwarming reason that one customer left a very hefty tip.
Wow, wow, wow. And the price of love, we were just talking about how much folks spend on Valentine's Day. Well,
Morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or a country fried steak biscuit. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
5:55 is the time, and right now we're taking a live look at the Nashville skyline out there for this Valentine's Day. And you know what? Sunshine is on tap. We're not going to see any kind of showers. Just a great day, and I love that for us.
Me too. Hey, also just a couple of quick little headlines for you in case you were curious to start your morning. Preds lost last night, but Vandy men's basketball won big time.
Ooh, nail biter.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about those stories as we go throughout the morning, plus the rest of your local and national headlines live through 9.
How about this story, though? A generous surprise for a group of restaurant staffers making a difference.
This is the good stuff. We love bringing you these stories of positivity. A customer leaves a $10,000 tip. The price of the meal, look at it right here on your screen, $32.43. This was at a local restaurant in Michigan. The Mason Jar Cafe, the name of the place. Turns out the customer was in town for a funeral, and while he was visiting for the funeral, left the $10,000 tip to honor his friend's memory.
That is fantastic. The money was split 9 ways, with each co-worker taking home a little over $1,100.
How incredible.
You got to imagine just looking at this and thinking, wait, what? Okay.
What a blessing. And to bless other people in that way, coming off of a tragedy, right, in a time of mourning, but looking at that as a way to honor and pay it forward, man, that's the good stuff.
That is the good stuff. A good way to start your Wednesday morning. Also a good way, weather-wise, we are looking to have a beautiful sunshiny day.
Yeah, all positive notes when it comes to what I'm going to be talking about right now until we get to the weekend, and then positivity needs to be something that we kind of create ourselves because it's going to get cold. Today, 61 degrees and sunshine, right side of your screen, current temps are in the 30s. So we're not getting into anything we can't handle today or the weekend, much colder. Do you know where your winter coat is at? Have you, thought, I'm going to put it away for the season? Y'all, it's still February, and we need to have it. Saturday morning, 29 degrees. Sunday morning, 23 degrees. Sunday morning, we're going to have wind chill values in some spots. The feels like temp that'll be in the teens. So a little flash of winter, rain possible very early on Saturday, and then Sunday lives up to its name. It will be sunny the entire day. And that's also what we're working into today. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll take a look at the entire 7-day forecast. We'll plan today hour by hour in case you do have some Valentine's Day plans, and make sure you know what we're getting into in general because there is rain that starts late Friday.
Steer clear traffic this morning. 2 crashes to show you. The first one here at 24 at Old Hickory Boulevard coming down from Jolton. This is at the Jolton, Whites Creek area there. You can see the crash on the shoulder. As a matter of fact, we just saw a tow truck arrive here a short time ago, so they should be getting this out of here soon. Good news if you're coming down from Jolton and Whites Creek. Also watching this crash, this just picked up a short time ago. I-40 at Fessler's Lane. 2 vehicles over on the shoulder. Authorities have not arrived yet, and when they do, it's going to force some slow downs in a big way. We're going to tell you more about this coming up in our 6 o'clock hour.
This Valentine's Day heartache may not be your biggest concern.
Might not be something to think about unless, of course, you're experiencing heartache right now, which, we understand that too. But when it comes to heartbreak, federal agencies are warning of high-tech romance scams that are on the rise. We've told you about a couple of these just in the last week or so. Scammers are using artificial intelligence to lure people online into long-distance love, and then they ask you for money or valuables or you name it, just trying to rip you off.
Yeah, these types of scams have been on the rise ever since the pandemic. A report by the Federal Trade Commission finds in 2022, get this, nearly 70,000 people were conned out of $1.3 billion by romance scammers. So it's serious.
It is. And listen, you know this, and we talk about it all the time. You've got to be careful when you're online giving sensitive or even vulnerable information to other people. So the FBI says do some background research on anybody who you think you might be falling for. Like, look up their name. Do a background check. Listen, you've got technology at your fingertips. You might as well use it. That way you can protect yourself or maybe even your other loved ones.
If it sounds too good to be true, probably is. Trending now over on Fox17.com. We like to see what stories are making an impact here. And this is a big one for Vols fans. No ruling after hearing for injunction on NCAA NIL rules ends quickly. So this is a story that we've been following now, and we're just giving an update to it.
All right. It is just about 6 o'clock, and our brand new hour begins now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Right now on Fox 17 News This Morning, the statewide blue alert is now over. The man you see here on your screen in custody after being accused of shooting and killing a deputy right here in our state. We'll tell you what all went down and an update on what's happening today.
Chilly start. You need to know where the winter coat is by the time we get to the weekend. Until then, if you've got Valentine's Day plans, listen up. I'll work you through the entire day, start to finish, in just a few moments.
Steer clear traffic, I-40 at Fessler's Lane, just east of downtown. A bit of a slowdown starting to develop there. We're going to tell you the best ways to steer clear.
I want to start by thanking you, though, for waking up with us here bright and early on a Wednesday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Let's get you started right now with the top story.
I can tell you at 3:22 today, we arrested the man that murdered my deputy.
In Operation Crime and Justice, the hunt for the man investigators say killed an East Tennessee sheriff's deputy has ended. He has been arrested.
Yeah, and as you could hear from the sheriff there, it did go down yesterday afternoon. After 5 days on the run, deputies find Kenneth DeHart at a house in Knoxville. We're going to roll the video here and show you the neighborhood where it all happened. Kenneth DeHart is accused of killing Deputy Greg McGowan during a traffic stop last Thursday. What you see here is the memorial that has grown outside of their Sheriff's Department headquarters. McGowan's own cuffs were used in the arrest of Kenneth DeHart.
The 43-year-old deputy worked in manufacturing before joining the Sheriff's Department back in 2020. He received the Sheriff's Office Life-Saving Commendation in 2021 after pulling a man from a burning car. Now, the deputy's patrol car that we're showing you on your screen is now acting as a memorial for folks who just share their memories and leave flowers.
All right, so Kenneth DeHart, who is now in custody, also accused of shooting another deputy in that same situation Thursday night. Deputy Shelby Eggers is now out of the hospital recovering at home. The Blount County Sheriff James Barham with a simple message for Deputy Eggers.
I'm very proud of her way she has not only acted on scene, but how she has responded. Every day gets a little better, and she's doing good. I had a great conversation with her.
We do want to let you know that funeral services for Deputy McGowan are today in Knoxville, so take a look at your screen for updates. It will include full police honors. A motorcade will accompany his body to nearby Maryville for burial, and all Blount County offices are closed for this day.
Continuing coverage now, we go to Sumner County, where the high schools are trying to rebuild their bleacher system. Several of them are, after a collapse last year at Beach High School, and then an investigation found that several sets of our high school bleachers were deteriorating and not safe enough for people to be in.
Yeah, there is a holdup though, and it might surprise you. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live to give us an update on what the school plans to do.
Good morning. Sumner County schools are trying to repair the new bleachers. They've been trying to do that since August, working hard to build new stadiums for students that go to schools like this one, Beach High School, where the bleachers collapsed last year. Take a look at what they wanted to accomplish with these renderings. They were hoping to have the stadiums for Beach High School, Hendersonville High School, and Portland High School ready for the football season. Unfortunately, that's not able to happen. The quest to repair the bleachers has been stalled, and to try to give the students the best experience, especially seniors, for their last year. Dr. Langford with Sumner County Schools says they will have temporary bleachers. He tells us what they will be staging.
We're going to stage bleachers and everything else so that the scoreboards work, the lights work, the jumbotrons work. Everything looks as close to a regular Friday Night Lights as we can make it.
We are working to find out when these temporary bleachers will be ready. When we have those updates, we will bring them to you. Reporting live in Hendersonville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, in Operation Crime and Justice, investigators say they have arrested a man accused of attempted rape and kidnapping. This was a breaking news story.
It sure was, and there are so many members of our community who are feeling a sense of relief knowing that this man is now off the streets. The arrest of Mr. McLean here, 27 years old, comes after he was accused of attacking a 30-year-old woman on 11th Avenue North earlier this month. This is the woman who was out on a run along the Greenway in that area. Police say McLean grabbed the woman from behind, knocked her to the ground, and tried to remove her clothing. She fought back, and when a witness started yelling, police say McLean ran away.
McLean is currently in police custody on a $140,000 bond. 6:05 is the time. We're going to check in now to get your Wednesday morning forecast. Hi there, Greg.
Hey, good morning. And taking a look here at the big weather story, Valentine's Day forecast. Of course, we've got to get through the entire day. Breakfast time, lunch, and dinner. So we have ample opportunity to make plans throughout the day. And you know what you're getting into. Next rainmaker, not today. That's going to be Friday night into Saturday. Find your winter coat. Once the rain moves out, the cold moves back in. We're not done with some little blasts of winter here and there. We're going to talk some 20-degree overnight temperatures leading into Saturday and Sunday. What we're watching that leads up to that colder air is some rain that moves in. Scattered rain showers Friday, primarily dinner time and beyond. If you have evening plans, plan to have an umbrella with you for sure. Chance of snow overnight into Saturday. I'm not trying to scare you away with this one. It's not going to be like Monday where we had accumulation and we had the really big wet snowflakes that came down. This will be a little bit lighter because of how much colder we'll be waking up on your Saturday to 40-degree high temperatures. And then look at Saturday night, 23 degrees the low. It'll feel like we're in the teens in some spots, so enjoy today's 61-degree sunny day.
Steer clear traffic out there. Two things to tell you about. Let's get started on I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard coming down from Jolton and Whites Creek. We are dealing with a slowdown there on the right-hand shoulder of the road as you make that drive in. Best way to steer clear of this is going to be using either Whites Creek Pike or Clarksville Highway coming down there from that particular side north and west of downtown. Let's take you to I-40. This is at Fester's Lane. Car pulled over on the shoulder, still waiting for authorities to arrive to this. We've also picked up something brand new on I-24. It's 74 minutes right now coming in from Murfreesboro. There's a real slowdown through the Laverne area. We're going to show you that coming up in a few.
Justin, thank you. Securing guns and securing schools. The lofty goals for the Tennessee Department of Safety and how they plan to achieve them.
And at 6:07, want to take a live look at Lower Broadway. And thank you for waking up with us here every morning. We're your only local station with traffic and weather updates live from 4 until 9.
QR code to book your standard chimney service online. Chim Chimney, where your comfort is our priority.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Ponce Law.
.09 is the time as the population continues to grow here across Tennessee. The Tennessee Highway Patrol is growing as well. The THP says they're having training classes year-round to make sure they have enough troopers out there on the road. And they're hoping the additional troopers out there on the road will help to stop some of the deadly accidents that have gone up and up across the state of Tennessee. So far, they say this year the results are good.
We were up 20 fatal crashes last year, so about a 1% increase. Right now, we're down about 30 fatal crashes to date, and it's early in the year, but it's still, we'll take being down 30. So I think we're going to see it trend down now. Tennessee is unique. We're growing like crazy. There's people coming here, traveling here. That creates, more vehicles on the roadway, more crashes, and unfortunately more fatal crashes. I'm hoping to see that number go down. That's part of more troopers stopping cars, changing driving behavior.
Now, the THP also says they've been shifting their focus not just to the roads, but also to school safety as well, especially on the outside of schools. So far, they say they have checked the doors of at least 70,000 schools statewide to make sure they are secure.
Here we are closing in on 6:11 and I'm checking in your forecast here today. Starting off right-hand side of your screen, current temperatures are always going to be there for you every morning, even during commercial breaks. And we'll always have some drive times and also some headlines at the bottom for you, just to help get your day started. Taking a look, today 61. So we'll go from these 30s to 61, 62 degrees and some sunshine. Tomorrow, 63. And then Friday into Saturday, Weathermaker moves in. Can you tell? We have a cold front that moves in. It does its job very quickly, and it will give us a decent chance for some rain Friday dinner time into early Saturday. Tracking today on Future Track, nothing happening. We keep it nice and clear for your Wednesday. Same story for your Thursday. But watch what happens off to the north and the west. This slides in very quickly. That's our next weather maker. Southern Kentucky, even the morning hours of Friday, you might get a brief shower, but most of our rain moves in late afternoon toward the evening hours and then gets out of here early on Saturday. We'll be dry for the rest of the weekend. The problem is the cold air follows the rain as the rain exits out of the area.
Clear traffic out there for 6:12 on this Wednesday morning. Let's take a look here at I-24 as you make that drive down from places to the north and west of Nashville, Whites Creek and Jolton. Once you get past it, it's fine. It's back before it where the problem is and where the real slowdown is. So you want to take Whites Creek Pike or Clarksville Highway as the best way to steer clear because it is slow. Fester's Lane at I-40 looks like things have improved greatly from there. We're still following that slowdown south and east of town. Still 74 minutes coming in from Laverne. We'll try to get you a much better idea of what's going on down there coming up in a few. Well, keeping our children safe from this hidden danger. Coming up, we're going to tell you what officials are saying you should do to secure your furniture. Plus, we're going to take you
to pay my bills. I enjoyed you representing me because I knew I had to have the best.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Sarah Chevrolet Buick GMC of Nashville.
Good morning, 6:14 right now, and in our community, Smoky Barn News this morning reports that the Millersville Fire Chief, Brandon Head, was let go yesterday. This comes after a wave of leadership changes within the city.
Yeah, so they went ahead and told Smoky Bar News that no cause was given for this termination and that he has received no write-ups or disciplinary actions. Smoky Bar News reporting that 10 firefighters have resigned since that dismissal.
Well, this next story proves that a danger that's been around for decades is now rearing its ugly head again. And so there are efforts to raise more awareness about the risks of furniture and TVs tipping over, because thousands of children are still having to go to the emergency room every year for injuries and those kinds of accidents.
Yeah, there is new data being released by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, and it's not only youth who are at risk. Mandy Gaither has a look at the new research and explaining how to help keep your loved ones. Okay, parents, keep you safe. Listen.
Pick out all your jammies. It can happen in an instant. Curious children climbing on furniture with dangerous consequences.
When you have something that does heavy falling on a child, it can result in death.
In a new report, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says nearly 18,000 people are hurt in tip-over incidents every year.
Children are impacted more than anybody else. So over the last 10 years, there have been over 200 deaths associated with tip-overs.
Of those deaths, the report says nearly half involved a television, and more than half of those involved children between 1 and 3 years old. But others are at risk too. The research shows more adults ages 60 and above are also being sent to the emergency room after furniture tipped over. All clothing storage furniture manufactured after September 1st, 2023 has to meet updated safety measures laid out by the CPSC. But no matter when your furniture was made, the agency says it should be anchored to the wall.
You go to the hardware store, and for less than $20, you can go back and anchor it into the wall in about 20 minutes.
The website anchorit.gov has step-by-step instructions and videos on how to secure furniture to help prevent a tragedy. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Mandy, thank you. Last month, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission recalled millions of anti-tip-over kits manufactured by one new age furniture, saying the plastic zip ties could become weakened over time. Not a good situation.
Yeah, so even one of the ways, to keep you and your family safe was not working effectively. You can stay up to date on all of the recalled consumer products by logging on to cpsc.gov/recall.
All right, we're checking in now for your Valentine's Day forecast. I know a lot of folks don't want to get outside. You can make your plans now. Sunshine is on tap.
Sunshine is on tap. Make your plans. And maybe you don't have a traditional Valentine, but you might have a four-legged friend of some sort.
Aww.
Last year, Americans spent $791 million on their pets for Valentine's Day.
What?
I believe it.
Almost 800 million?
Almost 800 million
They deserve
on
it.
their pets. Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That's a chunk of change there. So,
wow.
You know what? Valentine is in the eye of the beholder.
Sure.
It could be whoever's special to you. So taking a look here at your forecast. We're not worried about too much. You're right. Sunshine is the name of the game. We're back above average for temperatures. We'll be in the low 60s today. Sunshine until we get to Friday. Friday is the pivot point in the forecast where we go from perfect to winter. We're going to feel like we're in the 20s and teens Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Dry for the weekend itself, but rain late Friday. Could even bring in a few wet snowflakes on the back of that Friday night into early Saturday. Not the kind of impact, though, that we had this past Monday. So we're not talking about a repeat, but just some rain that'll move in. It will track out. The cold kind of becomes the bigger story. 61 degrees today, 63 degrees tomorrow, and then 40. That'll be your high on Saturday. Nighttime temperatures plummeting into the 20s. Sunday's the pick of the weekend for sure, but you have to know the first half of it until at least lunchtime is going to be cold with temperatures in the 20s and 30s. It's only a weekend event because look at Monday and Tuesday. We're already right back into the upper 50s to near 60 degrees.
Steer clear traffic. Let's get you to I-24 near Sam Ridley Parkway. As you make that drive out and about, we are seeing that slowdown coming in from Laverne and Smyrna this morning. You can see where traffic is really slowing up as you approach that exit there, exit 66 for Stonecrest Medical Center. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's up right over there in that area. Traffic crawling all the way back here at 74 minutes right now from Murfreesboro into downtown Nashville. We are watching other areas, and that includes was 24 near 440 here on that south and east side of town as you start to make that drive in. We were just dealing with that crash close to Old Hickory Boulevard near Whites Creek. Glad to know that has now cleared out of the way there this morning.
Justin, thank you. Just about 6:20 and in crisis in the classroom later tonight. Giving parents a choice or taking money away from public schools. That is the heart of the debate over the school choice plan being championed right now by Tennessee Governor Bill Lee. If it passes, Governor Lee's plan would give parents more than $7,000 to send their child to the school of choice. In other words, in many cases, a private school. Many Democrats are opposed to the plan, and even some Republicans are sharing their concerns.
I've got a lot of questions. I'm not getting a lot of answers. I want to see the data where it works. I don't think you can. I don't think there is any data that shows this works.
So tonight on Fox 17 News at 9, we're going to take a deeper dive into how the program would work and how school choice has worked already in other states.
Early voting begins today for the Tennessee election on March 5th. Super Tuesday. On the Democratic primary ballot is President Joe Biden, and the Republican ballot will list many candidates who are no longer in the race. So we're trying to bring you up to speed with this political story. Just 4 candidates, though, still competing for the nomination. 2 long shots, pointing them out right here behind me on the screen. Texas pastor and businessman Ryan Binkley, a long shot candidate, and then Nikki Haley, former South Carolina governor and United Nations ambassador. Air Force combat pilot and businessman David Stuckenberg, another long shot candidate from Florida. And then, of course, former President Donald Trump is the current frontrunner. If you want to take a closer look at the ballot, get all those election information updates, go to fox17.com.
Right now, making connections in our communities, especially with law enforcement. What the Franklin Police Department is doing to help make it happen.
And we're taking a live look this Wednesday morning at the construction over at the Nashville yards. It's a big project, and we're just trying to see, what's going on over there, give you a good update. We're also keeping a very close eye on this area, Kansas City, this Valentine's Day. Parade preparations are underway for the Chiefs to celebrate their 3rd Super Bowl title and 5 seasons.
Erica, do you see all the people already lined up?
It's crazy.
This is wild.
Brakes.com. Brakes starting at just $100. Alignment starting at $59.99.
.24 is the time. Today, the Franklin Police Department is taking part in a very special event. The goal is to try and connect with the community. It's called Coffee with a Cop.
Yeah, it's going to happen this morning from 7 until 9 at J. Christopher's there in Franklin. It's a chance to celebrate community and create a connection with the local police department. By the way, that restaurant is located on Fraser Drive there in Franklin.
Cool Springs area of Franklin, to be exact. All right, construction continues in the heart of Nashville at the $1 billion project known as the Nashville Yards. It is happening this morning. Our Fox 17 News photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey is down there on the scene right now.
Now, for those of you who have been in Nashville for a while, you will recognize this spot as the old Lifeway Tower in downtown. But they're going to have so many pieces to this development puzzle. A music venue called The Pinnacle. That's going to seat about 4,500 people in all. That's in addition to mixed use space. So we're talking shopping, working, living, more than 2,000 apartment condo type units.
Now, when it was first proposed a few years ago, they made mention the fact that it was going to have a movie theater and a bowling alley. I remember that in particular. Like those were the 2 big kind of selling points there in particular that it was going to have, and a couple of things that we really didn't have downtown. But they continue to work on it down there in the heart of Nashville around Commerce.
Right now it's 6:26. We've got just a couple of notes for you here for your Valentine's Day forecast. Greg is working on a couple of other weather projects right now, so we're just going to let you know how things are shaping up for your day. If you're going out for breakfast with your honey, around 10 o'clock this morning, 54 degrees. Really going to be a beautiful day for this Wednesday. 2 p.m., 62 degrees and mostly sunny. And then by 5 o'clock this afternoon, so maybe you're wrapping up work and you're going to go out to dinner, 59 degrees. Should be nice and mild. Just grab a light jacket before you head out.
Steer clear traffic takes us down to Rutherford County this morning. This is going to be I-24 near the Lee Victory Parkway down there. It is a slow go in and around the Smyrna area. Unsure about accidents. I've checked every single camera. I have not found a crash, but the type of traffic that we're experiencing indicates there could be a crash out there somewhere. We just haven't seen it yet. So here's your drive time this morning. Clarksville to downtown, despite the fact we've got that accident that's cleared, still 72 minutes. Murfreesboro to downtown, 79 minutes. Let me translate that. That's an hour and 20 minutes. That means if you left now, you would get to downtown Nashville around 7:50 in the morning.
You could almost watch a movie in that time.
You could.
Not recommended while you're driving, though. Hey, keeping students safe, certainly something that is top of mind right now for families. We'll tell you what Metro Nashville public school leaders are doing in preparation for a...
You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville. You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
6:30 on the dot right now on Fox 17 News This Morning, a twist in the plans. We go to Sumner County where there's a hitch in the efforts to replace dilapidated bleachers.
And this Valentine's Day, we're looking at sunshine. Beautiful start with a sunrise shot right here overlooking the Nashville skyline. What to expect, though, as we head into your weekend, how to plan ahead.
Steer clear traffic at 65 at Trinity Lane on the north side. Things actually looking rather relaxed here compared to some other areas. We're going to take you there.
A relaxing start for some of you on the morning commute. That's something we can all get behind, Justin. Thank you, and good morning to you. Thanks for joining us for Fox 17 News This Morning. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm Erica Glover. I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day and then get straight to our top story this Wednesday morning. And that includes Sumner County high schools trying to give their students the best experience after their bleachers collapsed. It happened last year.
Yeah, it caused a lot of concern and, quite frankly, a lot of heartache for the kids. Big setbacks there. And Fox 17 News has now learned that there is one thing in particular that's going to keep Sumner County from moving forward with their plans. An unexpected glitch, you could say. Karen Aguilar joining us now to explain what that is.
Sumner County schools, including Beach High School behind me, were impacted. Now, we can't get any closer to the school or the bleachers, but for some perspective, when high schoolers walk through those doors, they are facing a setback because Sumner County Schools says there is no steel for the new proposed bleachers. As a recap, the bleachers were badly damaged in some schools. It's too dark to show them on camera, but you can see them on your screen. This is because of structural issues. Now, because there will be no new bleachers, there'll be temporary bleachers. Dr. Langford, director of Sumner County Schools, tells us how the temporary bleachers will impact students.
We'll be able to play our middle school games, our ninth grade games, our JV games, our band competitions. We're going to stage everything to make it as close to a regular Friday night as possible, knowing that in the future we're going to have the best possible athletic facilities.
Langford says that he plans to tell sports fans the latest updates today through a letter. Reporting in Hendersonville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
6:32 your time, almost 6:33. We are 3 minutes away from our sunrise, so I'm getting out of the way. Here's a picture that Mark Tanzer sent us here. Beautiful sunrise. Sun not quite over the horizon just yet, but look at that. Clear sky. We have the oranges, the yellows, and eventually a bright blue sky later on today. If you want to send in any pictures you've got of this sunrise that's happening right now, we'd love to see them. And you might see your own photo right here on Fox 17 News this morning. Beautiful, all clear. No code red weather today for your Valentine's Day. Temperatures are in the 30s. We'll be into the 60s, low 60s later on this afternoon. But for this morning, weather should not impact your drive. Frosty windshields, I've seen a few of them out there when I was getting in my car earlier today. So keep that in mind. Sunglasses needed, and we're cold. Winter coat, and you should be okay. Looking at your 7-day forecast this afternoon, 61. 63 degrees tomorrow, and right near 60 on Friday. But look at the middle of your screen. Look up right now. 58 goes to 40 degrees for temperature. Rain moves in between those two high temps. We're going to track that for you on Future Track coming up in about 7 minutes.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get to I-65 at Trinity Lane coming down from that north side. As you can see, traffic is moving, but it is a rather calm move as you make that drive in. Not a lot of stop and go. We can see this turn into a parking lot rather quickly out here at 65 and Trinity. Not seeing it here this morning. It's pretty calm, which is great to see out there. Other sides of town, this is going to be 24 near Sam Britley Parkway coming in from Smyrna, looking a lot better than what we saw a few moments ago where the traffic was backed up here for a little bit. We're going to check in on the latest drive time. It was close to 75 minutes a short time ago. We'll see where it is now in a few.
Justin, thank you. And your community, Cheatham County residents are trying to run the Tennessee Valley Authority, so to speak, out of town when it comes to the agency's plan to put in a gas plant. And listen, we've been covering this story extensively. People just not happy with this.
Yeah, and if the pressure keeps up from the folks living there, it just might work. Now, let's go back to last year when we first reported on the story. The TVA announced plans to build a Cheatham County generation site. What they would put there would be a combustion turbine plant and a battery storage facility. This proposed site would take up more than 200 acres, and it would be located just a few miles outside of Ashland City in Pleasant View in a rural upscale neighborhood. The plans also call for 45 miles of transmission lines and 12 miles of gas pipeline. There is overwhelming opposition to these TVA plans. And the neighbors, even the leaders in Cheatham County, are putting pressure on the TVA to back down.
TVA has done one positive thing in Cheatham County. I have never seen our citizens so united. United. United in our opposition to this plant.
So far, the mayors of Pegram, Kingston Springs, Ashland City, and Pleasant View have all unanimously passed resolutions against this proposed plant. A lot more updates to come.
6:36 right now, crisis in the classroom, and we're talking about safety for our children and our educators when they're on campus. Fox 17 News has been covering efforts to keep people safe in school buildings for, gosh, nearly a decade now.
Now, Metro school leaders telling us that they're in the process of installing ballistic film on windows and glass doors at Metro school buildings. Experts say that film makes it extremely hard for an intruder to make it inside the school. And the glass upgrade, we know this, it's not a quick fix. Metro schools are going to have several steps to go ahead and install this film. Weather can also slow down that progress. The plan is to have the project finished, Metro leaders say, by the end of this school year.
Taking a look right now at the progress Metro Schools has made since COVID and why leaders are making national headlines for it.
And we're also showing you a
100-588-2300 Empire. Today. This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Destin Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Breaking news this Wednesday morning involving a historic vote. It took 2 tries, but House Republicans voting to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. And now the Senate must start an impeachment trial. House Republicans voting to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary for his handling of the U.S.-Mexico border. Well, last week the House's vote failed 214 to 2016. But House Majority Leader Steve Scalise back on Capitol Hill, giving GOP lawmakers a boost in the numbers. He is now the second cabinet member ever to be impeached. And the Senate's trial of Mayorkas not expected, though, to start anytime soon. Keep in mind, senators could move to dismiss the charges early in this process.
6:40 is the time, and this morning's Crisis in the Classroom. There is a national study that is giving Metro schools very high marks for how it's helping students making up lost ground because of the pandemic.
Yeah, a lot of learning lost during these last few years. Harvard and Stanford universities behind the study, and they rank Metro Nashville Public Schools 3rd in math growth out of 100 districts in the country. But school leaders say there is still more work to be done.
Neither we nor the state have quite reached pre-pandemic levels. We are on our way. If we continue to accelerate the way we are, we will get there. Only a couple of states have actually made it to pre-pandemic levels.
In a news conference, Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell, you see him there, said that school funding is the top investment in his particular budget that he will be proposing to Metro Council coming up later this year.
6:41 our time, and taking a look at the next weather maker. It does not arrive today or tomorrow. It is a Friday into Saturday rainmaker that'll cool us down significantly for the upcoming weekend. So when does it get here specifically on Friday, and how long into Saturday does it last? We'll answer that for you right now. Taking a look at future track today. Nothing to worry about, but sunshine and 61 degrees this afternoon. Overnight tonight, back down to the 30s. We keep the nighttime temperatures cold and make them even colder going into the upcoming weekend. Thursday, 2 p.m., nothing happening still. A mainly sunny day and even a little bit warmer than today. Friday, 10 a.m., southern Kentucky, the chance for an isolated shower or two. You dry out for the afternoon toward, oh, here we go, late day. Late afternoon through the evening, a band of rain moves in attached to a cold front. We might even get a wet snowflake or two on the backside of that before we get to Saturday morning. So I would say Saturday, late evening. Going into Friday, late evening, going into Saturday, very early morning is our chance for some rain. The cold temperatures, the big focus coming up in a few minutes in the next check of your forecast.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-65 Morris Lane coming down from Franklin. You can see the traffic there for yourself. Not really stacking up in a big way here, at least not yet, but it could coming up here over the next little bit. Let's take a look at those fresh drive times for you. Clarksville to downtown at 72 minutes. Murfreesboro to downtown at 78 minutes. And it's Hendersonville into downtown at 28 minutes. Every single one of these times will climb, I believe, as the morning goes on.
Instructions from Dolly. What the Queen of Country wants fans to do after singer Elle King botched a birthday tribute.
And a live look this morning at the Nashville Yards construction. Crews going up one floor at a time. Just trying to, check and make sure everything is good, because they're not going to get a chance to come back and do.
Starts racing.
Denzel, come on out that ball.
Tonight at 7 on Fox 17.
Good morning. 6:45 is the time. Right now, construction continues in the heart of Nashville. What we're taking a live look at right now is the Nashville Yards development. This is the former site of the old Lifeway Tower. This is in the heart of downtown Nashville, just off Rosa Parks and kind of near Commerce. Our photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey out there this morning just watching all the comings and goings, the cranes and the lifts and all the workers out there putting in that work.
And we know this development is going to eventually host a very large-scale music venue. It's going to be called the Pinnacle. It's going to seat about 4,500 people in all. That is in addition to a mixed-use development, so office space, restaurants, childcare. They are not leaving anything out of this very expansive project. And look at them scaling all the way up there. Listen here.
Everybody will be able to walk around, be able to go from the front door of the venue, to be able to eat dinner, to be able to live in the apartments, to be able to occupy the office buildings. It will be here. The streets will be open. It'll be a really wonderful experience.
Well, that was the managing director of design and development for SVP talking about this particular project, also showing you some of the renderings. The venue, though, like he was talking about, built for music and going to serve a lot of different purposes. And we understand if you're in that area, think about for the next couple of months, just prepare yourself for some traffic.
Absolutely. You were talking about music, so let's continue that trend right now in entertainment news. Country icon Dolly Parton now talking about Elle King's drunken state during the tribute concert at the Grand Ole Opry for Dolly Parton. When this happened, it made all kinds of headlines. The Grand Ole Opry issued an apology for Elle King's behavior, and she faced a lot of backlash after she admitted that she was, quote, hammered during the birthday tribute to Dolly Parton.
All right, those are her words. Dolly responded by saying, King is a great girl. She's been going through a lot of hard times lately. Dolly said, let's just forgive, forget, and move on. The Grand Ole Opry also issuing an apology to fans after King's performance. But to your point, Jen, a lot of folks were talking about this story.
6:47 right now. It is Valentine's Day, and a love letter stands the test of time, found in a man's toolbox.
Fox's Jamie Sherrod has a story behind the note written more than half a century ago.
It's almost like a true love story. People just don't write things like that nowadays. It's almost like poetry.
Back in 2017, Rick Trojanowski bought this toolbox at a farm auction. But what he found inside a couple of years later was like a scene out of a movie. A love letter written 70 years ago, addressed to Mary Lee Cribbs here in Grand Rapids, from Corporal Irving Fleming.
1953. So it's pretty old. San Francisco, California. And this is where Irwin was actually stationed at, evidently.
The letter, a tale of two hearts separated by distance, as Corporal Fleming served in the Army.
I haven't wrote you a letter in such a long time. And the letter goes on and on.
In it, Corporal Fleming revealed he hadn't heard from Mary in 5 months after the two had a disagreement. He apologized profusely and expressed his unyielding love to Mary, writing in part, "Mary, I need you so very much, and I know that I'll always love you."
Yeah, I kind of read through it, kind of a love letter and things and that, and it was just kind of really interesting.
Corporal Fleming also wrote how slow his time in the Army was going without hearing from Mary, and shared when he returned home in 7 months, it would be the happiest day in his life. He wrapped up the letter asking Mary something he's asked before, and apparently she's previously agreed to marry him once he returned home, telling Mary he loves her with everything he's got.
I did try to do a little research through Facebook to try to locate some of the people in that involved with it.
Rick has tried to find the person this belongs to or their relatives, but hasn't had any luck. He's hoping this story will help get this long-lost love letter into the right hands.
Yeah, I really don't have any use for it, and if we can find the people it belongs to or the kids, I think it'd be really neat for them.
So sweet, and we want to know what you think about Valentine's Day and, you know, how much you spend for your significant other. Jen's tearing up over here.
That story, I need to know if they got married. I'm still stuck on that.
That's a good point.
I need to know if she said yes. Could you imagine now if you had a disagreement with your significant other and you didn't speak for 5 months?
Yes.
What would that be like in this day and age?
It wouldn't work.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
there's so many ways to get them.
And to Erica's point, when we asked, you know, what are you spending for Valentine's Day? Maybe it's nothing at all, and you're writing out a little handwritten letter.
Maybe
a love
think,
letter.
do you keep cards that people give you?
I do keep cards. I do. And it's funny because my husband's always like, why do you have boxes of cards? There's just something sentimental about it. If you want to let us know what you're spending or maybe even what you're doing for Valentine's Day, you can scan the QR code right here. Vote in the poll, leave us a comment. Right now, most of you saying you're keep it on the lower end for spending on Valentine's Day.
All right, Greg, you got to write a nice handwritten card for your fiance.
I tend to try to write handwritten cards every single year for every occasion, and I have shoe boxes of cards too.
I had a handwritten card from my daughter this morning.
And you'll probably keep it forever because someday you'll look back and you'll notice her handwriting and, you know, it's little sentimental touches to it.
My son left some chocolates.
Mama raised those kids the right way.
Husband got me the Buc-ee's t-shirt. I'm going to be
beautiful.
rocking that Buc-ee. If you see me later today with my red Buc-ee's t-shirt on.
Oh my goodness. It's cute.
I'll take a Buc-ee's t-shirt over flowers any day.
Lasts forever that way. Taking a look at your forecast today. Great day, whether you're giving a little something, a big something, or whether you're just going to have a little time with that significant other, or even a four-legged friend, want to get outside and go for a walk. What is new this morning is warmer temperatures. 60s later on today, only chilly in the morning hours. The afternoon, not at all. Rain chances, they're going to be here by the end of the week. Friday into Saturday, game changer here. Cold front moves in, does a number to our temperatures, quite literally dropping them by dozens of numbers. 33 right now. Downtown, looking good. That sunshine is beautiful this morning. Take a look. The sun just barely above the horizon here. It came up about 15 minutes ago. Looking at your forecast going forward, 61, then 63 tomorrow, 58 on Friday. That game changer I mentioned is that upcoming chance for some rain late in the day Friday into Friday night, and it will be a colder weekend. Make sure you dress accordingly for Saturday morning and Sunday morning.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
Tuesday brought snow and blustery winds to the northeast. This scene from Rhode Island's Sakonnet River. Heavy wet snow in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania was too much for some trees. And it looks like winter weather's the big Valentine for some pets in the Providence area. Lily, the Bernese mountain dog, literally chilling out. And Zazu, the rescue dog, having fun frolicking in the snow.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
Steer clear traffic takes us up to Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. Coming down from Sumner County, you can see the traffic there moving along pretty well. They do have some slowdowns as more and more congestion starts to build in, but no major accidents to hold you up out there this morning. Let's go to the east side. This is going to be 40 at Central Pike. Also looking pretty well right now. No major tie-ups out there on the interstate. We've had a busy morning so far. We'll see what the 7 o'clock hour brings.
Justin, thank you. 6:53. I know a lot of folks will be hitting the restaurants for Valentine's Day meals today. Check out this story from one restaurant, and it's a homegrown local spot that just had their luckiest day ever. What you're seeing right there on your screen is the tip left behind. And by the way, if you do want to know what local spots have Valentine's specials, we just put the list up for you at fox17.com.
Also had politics coming up on Fox 17 News this morning at 7. Early voting starts today. Our Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar is sharing everything you need to know before casting your vote.
And we are keeping a close eye on Kansas City this morning, as this Valentine's Day, love is definitely in the air for the Kansas City Chiefs. Prep's already underway right now. Look at the people who are already gathered right here in Kansas City. This is going to be their 3rd Super Bowl parade.
Is that in your background said former U.S. Marine? You can trust them. I knew when you'd say something to me, I didn't have to wonder if you were telling me the truth.
A generous surprise for a group of restaurant staffers over in Michigan, and listen to this story. It is just, ooh, make you feel all good inside.
It happened at a mom and pop restaurant after a customer left a $10,000 tip on a $32 meal.
What?
Yeah, according to the restaurant's manager, the customer was in town for a friend's funeral and left the $10,000 tip to honor the friend's memory. That money got split 9 ways, with each coworker taking home a little more than $1,100.
How about that? Love that story there. 6:56. Do want to check in with your Valentine's Day forecast.
Valentine's Day starting off in the 30s on the right side of your screen. 61 later today, and by dinner time, if you have dinner plans, we'll still be in the mid to upper 50s. Great from start to finish and loaded with sun. This is not so great though. Your weekend planner, 40 degrees on Saturday. Not a low temperature, that's the high temperature. 50 degrees on Sunday. A chance for a few showers are likely on Saturday, and the nighttime temperatures are key. Saturday night taking us into Sunday, we're going to have temperatures that drop down to 23 degrees. You factor in even just a little bit of a breeze, and that means we're going to end up having wind chill values in the teens. How do you get your forecast on the go, and especially if you've got Friday evening plans? Maybe you're pushing Valentine's Day back a few days because today just is not going to work for you. Rain will be coming down late in the day on Friday. Get the Fox 17 Code Red Weather app. You can scan that QR code right now or go to either of the app stores depending upon what kind of device is in your hand right now. Lift it up, scan the QR code, and you'll be good to go for the weekend.
Greg, thank you. 6:57 is the time, and right now we do want to check in and give you a live look at what's happening over at Ellington Parkway and Trinity Lane, and you can see it for yourself. No issues at hand. This is what we love to see, right? No slowdowns, no disabled vehicles backing up traffic on the shoulders. We'll continue giving you those traffic updates, though, up until 9 a.m.
Here's a story that might pique your interest. Disneyland employees who are friends with or perform as popular characters might be joining a union. The Actors Equity Association says it's looking to represent 1,700 character actors and parade workers at Disneyland in California.
Well, the Disneyland performers say they are seeking higher pay, a safer workplace, and scheduling transparency. All right.
Interesting. By the way, California, not East Coast. 2 high school students get university scholarships. I need you to listen here. If you've got teenagers and you're thinking, okay, how am I going to get scholarship money for college, and can I get it in a sport? How about cornhole? Gavin Heyman and Jackson Remick are teammates at their high school in the Denver area. They have a cornhole team, and they just signed letters of intent to play cornhole at Winthrop University in South Carolina.
What?
This is a D1 school. Cornhole.
Okay, so cornhole is not sanctioned by the NCAA. So just keep that in mind. So both of them are not getting full scholarships, but they can play in American Cornhole League tournaments and then keep the prize money. And you know what?
So that's the form of the scholarship, is the prize money.
Can they get NIL deals?
I don't know.
They should look into that now.
Hey, did you know also that you can go to college and get scholarship money to be on spike ball teams?
No, I gotta Google. I gotta search. What?
You also have a few more years to plan, so get ready. Right, be eyeballing those little sports for Ryman.
By then, who knows what she could be eligible for scholarships for. But hey, get all the money you can and save all the money you can. We're going to look at what's trending over on Fox17.com after the break. But right now, stay with us. Our 7 o'clock hour is starting right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
I tell you, at 3:22 today, we arrested the man that murdered my deputy.
The blue alert is finally over here in Tennessee. The man investigators say killed an East Tennessee sheriff's deputy waking up behind bars this morning. Investigators say his arrest is the beginning of closure for so many members of that community and across our state. Plus, we'll let you know about plans today for that fallen deputy.
Early voting kicks off today. In a few minutes, I'll tell you who's on the ballot and what you need to know.
Sunshine taking over already, but we're cold for the time being. I'll let you know how many more days are in the 60s before the winter coats are going to be necessary in your forecast.
All right, a chilly start to our Valentine's Day. I do want to start, though, by also thanking you for waking up with us here on a Wednesday morning. It's okay. We're going to keep going. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Just lost an earring, but no worries. We're going to get you updated right now on all of your local news stories to kick off this 7 o'clock hour.
Yes, after 5 days on the run, the man accused of killing a deputy in Blount County is behind bars.
Let's get you updated now as deputies did find Kenneth DeHart at a home in Knoxville. DeHart accused of killing Deputy Greg McGowan during a traffic stop last Thursday.
DeHart is also accused of shooting another deputy. This morning, we are learning Deputy Shelby Eggers is now out of the hospital. Good update there, recovering at home. Blount County Sheriff James Barong with a simple message for Deputy Eggers. Listen here.
I'm very proud of her, way she has not only acted on scene, but how she has responded. Every day gets a little better, and she's doing good. I had a great conversation with her.
So let's talk about what is happening today. Funeral services for Deputy McGowan will be held in Knoxville. This will include full police honors. We do expect many members of our local law enforcement communities to travel to Knoxville today for this procession. We know that a motorcade will accompany McGowan's body to Maryville for a burial. All Blount County offices will be closed today in memory.
Now to Operation Crime and Justice. 27-year-old Eric McLean on your screen right now is behind bars after being accused of attempting to sexually assault a woman as she was walking home. This was a big story last week. It happened in the Capitol View area of Nashville.
Well, and it really just sent concern among so many members of this community, especially women who get out to exercise, because that woman was jogging along the Greenway when it happened. According to Metro Police, detectives got surveillance video of that February 3rd attack showing who they believe to be was this man trying to drag that woman into an alleyway. McLean is now facing a long list of charges.
Whether you're on the go or home, you can always know what's going on with the latest news updates right at your fingertips. Download our free Fox 17 News app. You can also get this by scanning the QR code that is right here on your screen or going to fox17.com.
7:03 right now, your voice, your vote. Today is the first day of early voting ahead of the presidential and county primaries here in Tennessee.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live at a voting precinct over in Green Hill. And Karen, you're sharing with us what voters need to expect when it comes to early voting.
That's right. Well, I'm here at a popular early voting location where we're expecting voters to walk through the doors behind me of that library in one short hour. And behind me, you can see a list of candidates that you may be voting for. the assessor of property, the school board, and the big one, presidential candidates. We know that Joe Biden is the only candidate on the Democratic ballot. However, there are a list of candidates for the Republican ballot, including frontrunner Donald J. Trump. Now, I'm here with Jeff. He is with the Davidson Election Commission, who tells voters what they need to know for early voting.
So early voting is a little different than Election Day. Early voting, you can choose from any of our 12 sites, and you can vote on any day of the early voting period. So you have 11 days to vote. We have some late nights until 7 p.m., and we have some 5:30 and 4:30 afternoon closings.
That's right. Thank you. And early voting will continue on until February 27th, ahead of the March 5th primary. Coming up, I'll tell you about election integrity, how Davidson County is handling that. Reporting live in Green Hills, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
7:05 our time here on this Valentine's Day, and the three big things to know as we're waking up here is that, well, number one, we're back to above average high temperatures later on this afternoon. We'll get above the 60-degree mark. Number two, sunny days until early Friday. So sunshine today, sunshine tomorrow. Clouds creep in during the morning hours of your Friday. And then rain is possible late in the day Friday, with maybe even a couple of snowflakes that could mix into that rainfall overnight and then end before we wake up on Saturday. We're in the all clear when it comes to any code red threats. Just watching that late week weather maker as it gets closer and closer to us. And it's also going to spell some colder temperatures for the weekend. Here's an outlook here that goes literally split in half. We have the beginning and the end of the 7-day forecast that look nice. Right in the middle, the not so good stuff. 61 degrees today, 63 degrees tomorrow, 58 degrees will be your temperature on Friday. Here's the big change here. That rain, not so significant. Think back to Monday, how we had the rain, the heavy, wet snowflakes. It's not going to be like that this time around, just run-of-the-mill, light to moderate rain showers, but the big drop in temperature, that is what we have to watch out for. Look at the blue boxes. Friday night into Saturday and Saturday night into Sunday, we have temperatures that easily fall into the 20s. This is the morning. You're going to wake up to that temperature on Sunday. Make sure you know where your winter coat is as you're heading out the door at any point the first half of Saturday and Sunday.
Clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a good look at what we're dealing with here at I-65. This is going to be at Dickerson Pike, and boy, it's slow. Making that drive down from the north side this morning. This is typical, unfortunately, for this time of the day. As you make that drive in, you can always try to take things like Dickerson Pike itself or Gallatin Road. That will help you bypass some of that congestion there from the north side. Here we are at Vietnam Veterans Boulevard coming down from Gallatin Road. Also a little slow from up there this morning. We'll get your fresh drive times coming up here in the next few minutes, so stay with us. Well, we do have an update from the Tennessee Department of Safety on efforts to secure not only guns, but schools, and searching for those who are lost or stranded in state parks or roads. We're going to tell you about the efforts they're making to make sure that everyone is safe.
Moisture in their crawl space. But don't worry, we got this.
At AFS, we'll do a home inspection for free.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Tennessee Home Buyers.
Coming up on 7:10 here on this Wednesday morning, the Tennessee Department of Safety says they have checked nearly 70,000 school doors over the past few months. It's all part of their effort to assist local school systems to try and keep classrooms safe. Now, the department has some money out there for any county who wants a school resource officer. They say some counties around the state have come a long way.
Each of Tennessee's 95 counties has received SRO grant funding. 1,356 schools out of Tennessee's approximately 1,860 have received money for an SRO. I think that's significant progress. There are approximately 4 counties that went from 0 SROs to having at least one SRO in every school.
Very huge, significant difference. Now, on average, once a day, state troopers have to use the state helicopter. They're having to train more pilots because of it. Now, the helicopter is used for a couple of different things. Either they're looking for people who want to be found, or they're looking for people who don't want to be found? I'll explain coming up in our 8 o'clock hour.
7:11 your time. Your Code Red forecast has a nice clear picture for you. Look outside. You already have the blue sky. You have the cold temperatures, though, right side of your screen. I'm going to keep them up for you all the way through 9 a.m. They're not great, but they get much worse. So take them for what they are. The afternoons are great. Today and tomorrow will be very comfortable in the low 60s with more sunshine for your Thursday. Next weather maker moves in the form of rain late Friday into Saturday. If you have Friday evening plans, you'll want to watch the forecast very carefully and very closely with me the next 2 mornings because you may need to have an umbrella while you're out and about. 58 on Friday, 40 degrees on Saturday. What brings it in? It's going to be some rain for us here. Now, again, mainly late in the day Friday into Friday night, ending very early, likely even before sunrise on Saturday, and our sunrise is around 6:30, so that's good. At least most of the weekend will be on the dry side. Problem is that it will be colder with, again, a high of 40 on Saturday and only 58 on Sunday.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Let's get you east of town. This is going to be I-40 at Central Pike. You make that drive out and about there from Hermitage. As you can see, traffic is moving, but a little congested in there from places like Hermitage and Mount Juliet and other places out east this morning. We are running into some big problems south and east of town, even though we can't find a crash to go along with it. So let me just show you the drive times. 72 minutes coming in from Clarksville. That's about average. What's not average is 85 minutes, nearly an hour and a half coming in from Murfreesboro this morning. This is not a rainy day. There's no series of accidents that I've been able to find out there. Just a lot of congestion. 36 minutes coming in from Franklin this morning. We'll continue to watch the roads. Well, bouncing back from learning loss, the positive signs for metro schools and the work ahead after the pandemic. Plus delay.
Now, with everything on sale, you'll find huge deals throughout the store, including hot buys now up to 50% off. The President's Day sale going on now, only at Ashley.
$7:15 is the time, and developing right now, lawmakers want to make Tennessee the latest state to make it illegal for an adult to help a minor get an abortion without parental consent. This does come as the state house advanced the bill. Tennessee has one of the strictest abortion bans in the nations.
7:15 is your time right now. We've got an update for you out of Sumner County in the efforts to rebuild bleachers, refurbish stadiums at 4 Sumner County high schools. Now, you might remember last August, a portion of bleachers at Beach High School collapsed right before a home football game. Shortly after that, the Sumner County schools did inspections. Those inspections revealed problems at 3 other high schools. And since then, the school board has committed to making improvements. The school's director saying that they have everything ready for the first football game this fall, but they're having problems getting steel fabricated quickly enough to stay on schedule.
We'll continue to work hard and explore every avenue to see if there's a way we can get it sooner, but I want to be realistic and I want to plan for next year.
By the way, I was doing a little bit of research this morning with regards to this steel shortage. It started right after the pandemic. So far, no word yet on how long the construction timetable will be extended, but they will be making adjustments in the meantime to make sure all of the students, parents, staff, and fans can get to all the big events at those stadiums. Erica?
Hey, listen to this. There is a national study giving metro schools high marks for how they're helping students make up ground that was lost during the pandemic, and that's a big issue. Harvard and Stanford universities are behind this particular study. They rank MPS third in math growth from 2022 to 2023 out of the top 100 districts in the country. But there are school leaders who say there is still a lot more work to do. Listen here.
Neither we nor the state have quite reached pre-pandemic levels. We are on our way. If we continue to accelerate the way we are, we will get there. Only a couple of states have actually made it to pre-pandemic levels.
In a news conference, Mayor Freddie O'Connell said school funding is the top investment in the budget that he is proposing to Metro Council. Reminder here, Crisis in the Classroom is our Fox 17 News commitment to not only exposing problems in our schools, but also finding solutions. That's key. If you're watching and you have a story that you want us to cover, send us an email to news@fox17.com or call our tip line. The number is on your screen at 615-266-4149.
7:18 is the time right now, whether it's Valentine's Day, whether it's early voting, where you want to get out and go ahead and vote in the primaries. The weather today is looking great.
It is, and maybe even you just want to get outside and get a little exercise in before everything else you got planned. Literally every hour of today, you're going to be fine with the weather. It's sunny already, and that's not going away anytime soon. A little brisk right now, but I know a lot of runners, especially in the morning, don't mind it being cool like this. A little breeze out of the south-southwest. Afternoon goes back up to near 60 degrees. This is the issue that we have. Our next weather maker. Friday into Saturday. That is when we're going to pick up some rain that does come down for us here. Let's get to it on Future Track and show you exactly what is going to happen. This is today, high pressure overhead, and as I always say, an easy way to look at the map is if you have the H in the giant blue circle close to you, you usually have bright blue skies. So today, that's how we are. Taking a look, warm front to our north. Everything that's below the red line always means warmer temperatures. So we're good today. We're still below that red line. Everything above a blue line means colder air. We're not quite there yet tomorrow. 63 degrees for your Thursday. Then Friday, here we go. A couple of light, isolated showers in the morning hours for southern Kentucky, but most of our rain moves in late afternoon toward the evening hours. So if you do have Friday evening plans, keep it in mind. You're going to be working yourselves through a little bit of rain. Have the umbrella handy if you're heading out the door. Late in the day Friday into, I would say, the first few hours of Saturday, and then the temperature crash happens. 60s go to 40 by Saturday and only 50 on Sunday.
Clear, clear traffic out there this morning. Let's get you to I-24 as you make that drive in from the areas of town, south and east of town. You can see the slow down out there for you. This is part of that 85-minute drive right now from Murfreesboro into Nashville. And again, we're unsure exactly what the cause of all of this drama is. We know there's a lot of congestion, but that's pretty standard for this time of the day coming in from Antioch and places like that. So heads up, if you know you got to come in from Rutherford County, just know it's going to take you a little longer than usual. That drive in from the east side, not too bad. We're going to be checking in on that north side drive as well, coming up here in the next few minutes.
Coming up, we are continuing to look into a roofing problem in Nashville. City leaders say it's an issue, but what is being done to help prevent this from happening even more?
Management and subsequently suffered injuries. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Bart Durham Injury Law at 615-242-9000 for a free case evaluation.
All right, 7:23 right now. Let's talk Titans. They have added 10 new coaches under brand new head coach Brian Callahan, working to build his coaching staff.
Yes, and some of those new coaches include Brian's father, Bill, who's going to coach the offensive line. Now, if you take a look at the screen, you can see some of the other names up there on this particular list who's going to be joining this staff. Among them include the Titans' brand new offensive and defensive coordinators who will be introduced to the public at a press conference is coming up here this afternoon. And of course, we'll have a complete coverage of that coming up this evening on Fox 17 News at 5:30.
And switching gears here, we could be seeing progress when it comes to battling Nashville's roofie problem. And that roofie, the drug that can be slipped into your drink. More than a dozen bars right now working to get their staffers certified in a safety program to combat the problem.
Now, so far, only 2 bars along Broadway have been certified in this particular program. The Safe Bar program, put on by the Sexual Assault Center here in Nashville, works to raise awareness about alcohol related types of sexual assaults and trains workers on exactly how they should intervene. City leaders acknowledge it took a while to get the word out about this, but 27 bars took part in the training last week.
Wow, 27,
big improvement.
That is. And most recently, by the way, Garth Brooks Bar, Friends in Low Places, became Safe Bar certified.
There's actually dozens of bars and restaurants lined up behind us that very soon are going to be available as also certified safe bars, which is huge. It's almost all of the celebrity bars behind us that are now on board.
I will tell you, when we first started this work, the struggle was we're having a hard time
sexual assault center was saying we're having a hard time getting the word out, we're having a hard time getting people on board, and we're standing here now with all of these people around us saying it's now a priority.
Yeah, and I remember just a week or two ago, we were saying right here on our morning show how surprised we were that there were only 2 bars. By the way, the Sexual Assault Center does have a clinic open 24/7 to help. And if you have a bar or maybe a restaurant that wants to become part of this movement, you can head to fox17.com right now to learn how to sign up.
7:25, a quick check your weekend forecast. We've talked about how nice today is going to be, up near 60 degrees and sunny, and a great evening ahead of us, but the weekend is a far different story. Some 20 degrees colder on Saturday than today, and then Sunday only up at 50 degrees. The average high temperature by that time should be well into the low 50s. Nighttime temperatures also not quite cutting it. 29 degrees, you wake up to that on Saturday. 23 you wake up to on Sunday. Winter coat weather for sure. If you're an early riser during the weekend, it's going to be very chilly for the first couple of hours. A little flash of winter, we're calling it. A couple of raindrops early Saturday. That is it for the weekend. Sunday lives up to its name. It will be a very sunny Sunday here for us.
Steer clear traffic takes us north of town. This is going to be Ellington Parkway. At Ben Allen Road, we are dealing with a slowdown there. We are seeing a lot of different things pop up. Most of it has just been congestion. I wish I could point to, hey, here's a huge accident that's causing all the... No, it doesn't really exist here this morning. This is just all your friends and neighbors getting on the road at the same time. That's called rush hour. You could try to bypass this by using Gallatin or Dickerson Pike.
Now to breaking news when it comes to our economy. Got a question for you. Did you check the stock market yesterday? If so, you certainly noticed the Dow tumbling more than 500 points. Yeah, it was the worst trading day since March of 2023. So why was this the case? There was a key inflation report that pointed to prices going down slower than anticipated, which in turn raised concerns on Wall Street that the Federal Reserve will keep rates higher for longer than expected. By the way, the opening bell is at 8:30, so we'll have some more stock market updates to come throughout this morning.
Early voting starts today. In a few minutes, I'll have some things you need to know about how the counties.
Leadership changes in one Middle Tennessee community. Ooh, what are we looking at here? Hold on one second.
Reclining furniture and more.
Plus free next day delivery.
It's the B.F. Myers Furniture President's Day sale.
The Good Feet Store, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Still a hot topic of discussion. We are continuing to hear the community's opinion on the TDA's plan to put a gas plant in Cheatham County. Why local residents say they are not backing down.
Oh, and they packed the house overnight, too.
Waking up this morning here to a bright blue sky. A little cold right now, but I promise you by the end of the week, you're going to think that this feels warm. A big cold front moving your way when it arrives in your forecast.
Ellington Parkway is normally a great way to steer clear of congestion. Not this morning. It's slow there, too. We're going to get into the details about that coming up in a few.
Oh, boy. We do want to start, though, by thanking you for waking up with us here on Valentine's Day on Wednesday. For Fox 17 News This Morning, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be your live local news source through 9 a.m. Let's get straight to some of our local headlines this half hour. We go to Millersville, which has made several leadership changes in recent weeks, and this includes the city manager, the city attorney, and the police chief. Smoky Bar News reporting that the Millersville Fire Chief, Brandon Head, has been let go.
According to Smoky Bar News, at least 10 firefighters have gone ahead and resigned because of Head's dismissal.
And by the way, Fox 17 News reaching out to those city leaders to find out what else we can add perspective-wise to the story. We'll let you know just as soon as we hear back.
Also want to tell you about this big story. Cheatham County residents, they are trying to run the Tennessee Valley Authority out of town when it comes to the agency's plans to put in a gas plant. They're not backing down.
No, and if their pressure keeps up, they might get their way. Let's dive in here to the story that we first began reporting on last year when the TVA announced their plans to build a Cheatham County generation site. What does that mean? That's a combustion turbine plant and a battery storage facility. The proposed site could take up more than 200 acres.
Yeah, it will be located 4 miles outside Ashland City in Pleasant View in a rural upscale neighborhood. Plans also called for 45 miles of transmission lines and 12 miles of gas pipelines. Overwhelming opposition, though, still exists, and it's putting pressure on TVA to back down.
TVA has done one positive thing in Cheatham County. I have never seen our citizens so united. United. United in our opposition to this plant.
That meeting right here packed and certainly got heated. So far, the mayors of Pegram, Kingston Springs, Ashland City, and Pleasant View, they have all unanimously passed resolutions against this proposed plant.
New this morning at 7:33. It's early voting day for the primaries. People will be heading to the polls today for the first day of the early voting election cycle, and integrity still top of mind for a lot of voters.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us to explain what measures are in place when we talk about what's going on in Davidson County elections. So, Karen, what can you bring up to speed on us?
Good morning. Well, first, let me tell you where I'm at. I'm at a popular early voting location in Green Hills, the Green Hills Library. And as you can see, the doors are closed. And that's because early voting kicks off at 8 a.m. So in about 30 minutes, we expect several voters to walk through these doors and cast their ballots ahead of the March 5th primary. Now, 2020 was a year in which election integrity was called into question. And now for 2024, it's still on the top of mind for many voters. I'm here with Jeff Roberts. He's the administrator of elections for Davidson County, who tells us what measures the Election Commission is taking.
So, Karen, here in Davidson County, we utilize what's called a voter verified paper trail. A lot of words to describe. The voter has an opportunity to review the choices on paper before they actually put that ballot into the scanner.
Right, and y'all have been doing that even before the new law was passed, correct? Which
That's
take
correct.
effect on January 1st, 2024.
Tell
us about that and why you did that.
We've been doing it since 2019. Our old equipment was aging out, so we made the choice to go ahead and move in that direction before the law actually passed.
Probably making voters feel more comfortable. Now, what about voter rolls?
Sure. Here in Davidson County, we review the rolls on a regular basis. As you can imagine, a lot of voters are moving in and out of Davidson County on a daily basis, and we do have voters that pass away. But we have staff that are dedicated. Their job is to make sure that our rolls are clean as we approach an election.
Thank you. And as a reminder for voters who are going to go to these early voting locations, now you'll have opportunity to cast your ballot for early voting until February the 27th. Now, coming up for the 8 o'clock hour, we're working on speaking to voters. Reporting live in Green Hills, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. And as Karen just stated, early voting begins today for the Tennessee election that's on March 5th.
Yeah, that's right. So let's take a look at the ballots. Now, as a reminder, on the Democratic primary ballot, we just have President Joe Biden. There is no other candidate listed. But on the Republican ballot, you will see many candidates no longer in the race, like Ron DeSantis, Chris Christie, Vivek Ramaswamy. Their names will appear even though they are no longer in the race. And we have just 4 candidates that will show up on the ballot who are in the race. A couple of these names you might not even recognize. They would be considered long shots here. So we begin with Texas pastor and businessman Ryan Binkley. We have Nikki Haley, of course, said to be the biggest competitor for Donald Trump, former South Carolina governor, UN ambassador. And then we have another lesser known name, David Stuckenberg, Air Force combat pilot and businessman. And then, of course, we have former President Donald Trump, the current frontrunner.
7:36, and if you are getting out there to early vote today, you're not going to have any weather problems. It'll be a little bit cold. Get a decent jacket and you're okay. This afternoon, you won't need a coat at all. 60 degrees. Valentine's Day forecast starting chilly, and then the rest of the day is A-OK. Next rainmaker. It's not today, but we're going to find it. We're going to track it for you. I promise you right now, it could give you some problems for part of your upcoming weekend. Find your winter coat. Once the rain moves out, temperatures get very cold. We're talking about one night that could be in the teens for wind chill. So a lot of moving parts, and this is what sets the stage for all of it. What we're watching, the next rain chance that does come in Friday late in the day. how late in the day, and what your plans might be on Friday. This is the impact. Chance for snow showers. Now, this is not going to be like Monday where we have the big, heavy, wet snowflakes coming down. This is just going to be a couple flakes and then they go away. A lot to get to coming up in the full forecast. I want to get you your 7-day first real quick, just so you can see the big difference we get into the weekend before we get to the nuts and bolts of it. 61 today, 63 tomorrow, only 40 on Saturday. We'll work through that weather maker in about 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic. Let's get out to Ellington Parkway near Broadmoor. You can see where the traffic is slowing down up there from the north side of town. We're going to tell you you can use Dickerson Pike or Gallatin as the best ways to steer clear.
Justin, thank you. 7:37 right now, reconnecting with the community. We'll tell you where you can have coffee with your local cups in just a minute.
I was really sad.
And the QR code to book your standard chimney service online. Chim Chimney, where your comfort is our priority.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Ponce Law.
7:40 is the time, and this morning the Williamson County Sheriff's Department along with the Franklin County Police Department are taking part in a very special event to try and connect with the community. It's called Coffee with a Cop. Now it's happening today from 7 until 9 a.m. this morning. It's going to be happening over at the J. Christopher's there in Franklin. So if you want to go check it out there in the Cool Springs area, you can have a great time. Again, that's from 7. We're not going to. Okay, listen, 7 to 9 out there. 7 to 9 out there in the Cool Springs area. The restaurant's located over on Fraser Drive in Franklin.
Now to a story in one of our communities that hits kind of close to home for us here at Fox 17 News, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. A Hendersonville restaurant is closing its brick and mortar location. Owners making that announcement on Facebook, inviting regulars to come by for one more meal. And they did that at no charge.
This is my favorite barbecue place and only place I come to, really, and I drive from Gallatin just to eat here. And for him to give away food on the last day that he's open, I mean, it just shows you what a good person him and his family are.
Now listen, I can attest to that. The Meat Sweats Barbecue, known not only for their brisket and that Texas-style food, but for that man's generosity. The man you see right here on your screen is Martin Tudone. And Martin said on their last day open yesterday, they were going to give away free food to first responders, to veterans who walk through the door. He's always had a heart for those who serve our communities. And although the restaurant will be closing its brick and mortar location, Tudon says that he is continuing the business as a food truck and he will be catering.
We made a lot of friends here. When we first started, we didn't know what was going to happen, who was going to come. But I'm grateful that throughout the 6 years, we made a lot of friends.
Well, and I guess I'd have to include myself in that group because we loved going to the Meat Sweats and everything Martin did for that community. In fact, quick little story time. When Meat Sweats first opened, I mentioned it in passing on the air one morning on our show.
Yes.
We had gone there and it was delicious, and we just kind of got to talking about barbecue one day, oddly enough. And Martin messaged me after that little moment on the air.
Yes.
And he just said, I cannot thank you enough for that little mention. You have no idea what that does for small business owners like me.
Yeah.
And he was so appreciative. He came in and out of the kindness of his heart fed our entire morning team.
Sure did, and it was delicious. So I remember that day. We've been live out there at Meat Sweats. It was fantastic. Thank you so much, and then we'll continue on as a food truck. Let's get to Greg. Quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, kind of cliff notes, and then we'll dive into the nitty-gritty of everything and get you all the details in a few minutes. But the next weather maker is going to be rain that moves in Friday into Saturday. After that, we turn very cold very quickly. We'll turn the rain off for the backside of the weekend, but that specific timeline on how cold we will be is coming your way in just a few minutes.
Steer clear traffic, still dealing with a bit of a tie-up.
Save big on brand name mattress and adjustable base sets. Plus, get a $300 instant gift with qualifying sets. And get 50 months no interest financing with no minimum and no down payment. Only at American Signature Furniture.
7:46 is the time right now. Nashvillians want to know what's going to happen to police accountability now that a new state law has, many would say, diminished oversight boards.
It may all come down to how the law is interpreted by city leaders, and that debate is about to happen.
Fox 17 News reporter Kelly Avellino asking city leaders what kind of power Nashville's police watchdog agency will have going forward.
You guys are really doing a lot right now.
Bro, lay down.
It's been a year since Tyree Nichols
Lay down. Oh, I am on the ground. Put your hands on your stomach.
died after this traffic stop escalated in Memphis.
Sit up, man.
The 29-year-old beaten by Memphis police for 3 minutes. Nichols died 3 days later. 5 officers, who are all black, were fired and charged with different felonies, including second-degree murder. Some are still waiting for trial.
We want justice for my son. Justice for my son.
Justice for Tyree. Justice for Tyree.
But as Nichols' case prompted another round of national outrage over law enforcement accountability, Tennessee lawmakers passed a bill that restricts the ability of police oversight boards across the state.
We witnessed one of the country's most robust forms of police oversight happening in Nashville to change before our very eyes.
Nashville's former Community Oversight Board, now called the Community Review Board, has fewer members, can't recommend officer discipline measures, and most importantly, can't investigate citizen allegations against police from the ground up. Per the new law, the Community Review Board must now hand over citizen complaints to the Metro Nashville Police Department's Internal Affairs Unit. MMPD then sends the board back a summary of its findings after they close the case.
Although some of our abilities have been changed, our vision of justice have not.
But it's still unclear exactly what police records, reports, or body cam video the board will have access to from MMPD's investigation of a complaint. It could come down to how city leaders interpret the law. The legislation removed a confidentiality clause, which some, including MMPD and Metro's legal team, say no longer allows police to share many of the same records. They say officer privacy is one of the issues, but some legal minds disagree.
It doesn't, I don't think, destroy the ability under state law and local law for them to give us this information and for us to keep it confidential.
Some say a new memorandum of understanding between MMPD and the review board could allow access to the documents as long as it's kept confidential, like how the previous board ran for years.
But this all has to be worked out in a meeting between the Community Review Board, the mayor, and the police chief, something that the review board has been requesting for at least 4 months now. Have they agreed to meet with you yet?
They have not, and we really don't understand why.
Community Review Board Chair Alicia Haddock tells me the MMPD summaries of police complaints that they've received back so far aren't in depth and are difficult to address until a memorandum of understanding is worked out.
Complaints are still coming in regularly, multiple complaints a day. A lot of people who have concerns or issues with police misconduct, they're going to be left kind of hanging in the wind.
Fox 17 news crews requested to speak with Chief John Drake at this public event, but he left without talking to us. An MMPD spokesperson writes in part, the meeting has not yet been scheduled but will occur. We then asked the mayor for a second time, as the Community Review Board is funded by $2.1 million city tax dollars and was voted into existence by 134,000 Nashvillians.
We are still working through, they just had their first meeting as a civilian review board. And
they had it in October,
well,
so it's been several months.
They had the first real meeting with the new context after they've got the new director settled. We worked diligently to ensure that the Civilian Review Board would continue. We expect to get this meeting together very soon.
Until then, the review board is urging for community support so they say they can continue true police accountability in Nashville.
Now is the time for us to court and call and contact our council members, our local district members.
It's imperative that the community understands that we have been, requesting a meeting to ensure that what we've been charged to do, we are able to do that in a way that is collaborative.
The Community Review Board is still conducting research and data collecting on things like use of force within the MMPD to help shape police policy. But until this meeting happens, the board says how it can address specific citizen complaints is limited. I'm Kelly Avellino for Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
7:51 is your time taking a look at your Code Red forecast, and it is that day. It is Valentine's Day. Maybe tonight is your date night. Well, that's let you know what you're going to have to expect when it comes to what you're going to wear when you're going on your date tonight. Taking a look, 37 degrees. Oh, my temperatures just rebooted themselves to a breakfast date night. Thanks, computer. 37 goes into the 40s here by 10 a.m. You know what? I'll have your dinner night or your dinner time night forecast coming up. You never know what this computer's going to do sometimes. Just know this morning is in the 30s. This evening will be in the 40s to near 50. I'm focusing on the weekend right now. The day itself today and tomorrow, 60 and sunshine, not much to worry about. Here is what we're watching. We're watching a front that's going to move in, continue to stay to our north and keep us warm. Long story short, we have to watch the left side of your screen. This is a cold front that's going to do two things. Going to bring in some rain and then very cold air right behind it. This is Friday, 10 a.m. Southern Kentucky, a chance for a shower or two, and then the rain moves in late afternoon toward the evening. If you have maybe date night plans for Friday evening because you're not doing anything tonight, umbrellas. Make sure we know that rain is going to be a good possibility, and then we get cold fast. By Saturday morning, upper 20s. By Sunday morning, you're going to feel like you're in the teens. Look at this 7-day forecast. Bookending it with 60s. 61 today, 63 tomorrow, then 58 on Friday, only 40 on Saturday, 50 on Sunday. A cool but relatively dry weekend. Most of our rain going to come Friday night and be done by Saturday morning.
Steer clear traffic this morning at 7:52. Quick look outside here. We continue to deal with what we now have discovered is a crash that we just can't see on Ellington Parkway near Hart Lane. You make that drive into town from the north side from Madison and East Nashville here, tying things up a little bit. They have cleared that accident in the last few minutes, we believe, and that's why traffic is moving much better down there from the north side. You can still use Dickerson Pike or Gallatin Road is the best way to steer clear from some of that. Take a look at these drive times. My board is very colorful this time of the day here. 49 minutes coming in from Hendersonville, 83 minutes right now from Murfreesboro. It's a long drive in. Franklin to downtown at 41 minutes on that drive from the south side.
7:53 right now, looking ahead to the summer. And dates you might want to put on your calendar. The Wilson County, Tennessee State Fair returns to the fairgrounds in Lebanon August 15th through the 24th, and this year's theme is 95 Reasons to Celebrate Tennessee.
Now, you know what this reminds me of? Last year, when I was supposed to milk the cow, and that's when Baby Rymany came. It is time to redeem myself.
I think it's time to go back.
I think so. The fair features rides, games, livestock shows, motorsports, and all the fair food you could ever dream of. Oof, so excited.
Funnel cakes, ready to go. Hey, we are finally hearing from Dolly Parton on a big story we followed a couple of weeks ago, what she wants fans to do after Elle King botched a birthday tribute.
And we're giving you live looks from Millersville, Goodlettsville area where potholes look to be causing some big issues. Fox 17 News
just needed support, and so do I.
The right mattress matters.
We'll find yours.
At the President's Day sale, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic. Mattress Firm.
7:57 and taking a look outside right now. Blue sky. Cold temperatures, but those will rebound very quickly to 60 degrees later on this afternoon. Do not cancel any plans. I would say make plans if you haven't yet. The rest of your Valentine's Day, we're going to go morning, afternoon, and then evening. No matter what time of day you need to get out, 54 degrees will be your temperature at 10, 62 at 2 p.m., and then 59 degrees will take you into 5 o'clock. Only a few clouds out there periodically, but mainly a sunny day. And then moving forward, things look really good the next couple of days. Late Friday is when the next rainmaker moves in, but your Thursday, 63. Friday, a little bit cloudier at 58. And then Saturday, a very cold start in the 20s and cold on Sunday as well. But we bring the sunshine back. After a chilly start, we're back to 50. And then we'll begin to rebound back into the 50s and 60s next week. Really only a 48-hour snap of cold there that settles in Friday night through Sunday morning.
Stay clear traffic this morning. We continue to follow that slowdown from the north side, Ellington Parkway at Broadmoor. We were following the crash further down near Hart Lane a little bit earlier in the morning. That crash is still causing some backup here. You can still take Gallatin or Dickerson to steer clear of that. We're going to take a closer look at I-24 coming up in a few.
Well, new this morning, listen to this. Country icon Dolly Parton breaking her silence about Elle King's drunken tirade. It happened during a tribute performance at the Grand Ole Opry.
The Grand Ole Opry issued a public apology over what Elle King did. She faced all kinds of backlash after admitting she was, as she put it, hammered during the birthday tribute she sang for Dolly Parton. Well, Dolly Parton is now responding, as you might imagine, with a lot of grace, saying that Elle King is a great girl and she's been going through a lot of stuff lately. Dolly said, let's just forgive, forget, and move on. As I mentioned, the Grand Ole Opry went so far as to issue a public apology to fans after Elle King's performance.
Well, it's Valentine's Day, and there's a popular song, maybe you know it. It says, my love don't cost a thing, but for some, that is simply not true.
J-Lo made that song famous.
Yeah, well, retail experts say we're expected to spend nearly $26 billion on gifts for significant others in total on Valentine's Day. That breaks down to a whopping, nope, not me, $185 per person. Not a chance, sorry.
We want to know, how much are you spending on your significant other for Valentine's Day? Right now, this active live poll is rocking and rolling with 56% of you saying you plan to spend anywhere from nothing up to $25. So, you know, not getting too extravagant.
That's a far cry from $185.
Exactly. Y'all are more reasonable. That's why we love y'all as our viewers. If you want to sound off, let us know what you think. You can scan that QR code right there. It'll take you to the poll of the day, or head to twitter.com and search Fox Nashville.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
To tell you, at 3:22 today, we arrested the man that murdered my deputy.
And so now this morning, the blue alert is finally over in Tennessee. The man investigators say killed an East Tennessee Sheriff's deputy is waking up behind bars. Investigators said his arrest is the beginning of closure for folks here in Tennessee.
And look out your window, bright blue sky for right now. A little cold, but we have a big weather maker moving in for the weekend that'll do two things that could greatly impact any plans you have outdoors. I'll track it in your forecast.
All right, do want to start though by thanking you for waking up with us here on Valentine's Day, a Wednesday morning on Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We are your live local news source through 9 a.m.
We're going to get started with some breaking news updates. After 5 days on the run, the man accused of killing a deputy in Blount County is now behind bars.
Yes, so much effort going into getting Kenneth DeHart behind bars. He was found just yesterday at a house in Knoxville. So this morning, DeHart is facing charges of killing Deputy Greg McGowan during a traffic stop last Thursday.
DeHart is also accused of shooting another deputy. This morning, we are learning that Deputy Shelby Eggers, right here on your screen, is out of the hospital. Good news there, recovering at home. Blount County Sheriff's Deputy James Barong sharing a simple message for Deputy Eggers. Listen here.
I'm very proud of her, way she has not only acted on scene, but how she has responded. Every day gets a little better, and she's doing good. I had a great conversation with her.
And happening today, the funeral services for Deputy McGowan. They will be held in Knoxville and will include full police honors. We do expect that several members of our local law enforcement departments will be traveling to Knoxville for this ceremony. Motorcade will accompany the body to Maryville for a final burial. All Blount County offices, by the way, are closed today.
In Operation Crime and Justice, 27-year-old Eric McLean, right here on your screen, is behind bars after being accused of attempting to sexually assault a woman as she was walking home. It all happened in the Capitol View area of Nashville, and according to Metro Nashville police detectives, they got surveillance video of this February 3rd attack. It was breaking news. It showed this man attempting to drag a victim into a small alleyway.
Yeah, that's all according to the police report. McLean now facing a long list of charges. And hey, whether you are at home this morning watching and listening with us, or if you're on the go, you can always stay in the know with what's going on around you. Get the latest news right at your fingertips. You can download the free Fox 17 News app, and you can get it easily and quickly by scanning the QR code right there on your screen.
Let's talk about politics now. Your voice, your vote. We want to let you know that today is the first day of early voting ahead of the presidential and county primaries.
Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar live this morning at a voting precinct in Green Hills to tell us what you'll want to expect if you're heading out early to vote.
Biden.
And we'll get back to Karen shortly, but right now we'll take a look at the forecast. If you are getting outside to go early vote at any point today, 3 things to know. We're back above average for high temperatures this afternoon. Sunny days will be here until we get to Friday. Then that slips away into some cloud cover and eventually some rain late Friday into Saturday. That is our next weather maker that will not only bring in some nuisance rain, but also really drop our temperatures for the upcoming weekend. Not putting us into code red, not that cold, but when you're back into the 20s and you feel like you're in the teens at points in the morning, that's pretty cold compared to what we've been as of late. What we're tracking is going to be that late week weather maker, and we'll give you the exact hour-by-hour breakdown of it here coming up in a few, but out the door to 40 degrees. We're already warming up. We're already about 7 degrees warmer than we were just 2 hours ago. This gives you an idea of where we're going later today. Back up near 60 degrees. Quick warm-up. Lunchtime forecast, grabbing a bite to eat. Nothing to worry about. 53 at 11, 57 degrees at noon, and 59 degrees at 1 p.m. Sunshine as far as the eye can see, quite literally the entire day. Might not find a cloud in the sky most of the time. Out the door running this morning. Maybe you're going to run and then have a little lunch afterwards. Starting a little bit cooler, and then we do get back into those 50s. A look at the 7-day forecast. A lot to point out here, so we'll point out the big things that we're going to break down here in about 6 minutes in the next Check Your Forecast. The first is going to be the transition from sunshine to rain that does move in Friday into Saturday. I'm going to use the word snow, not like we used it on Monday. Nothing like that, but there will be a few flakes that could be flying for just a couple of us before you wake up Saturday. Then we have to talk about the cold and how low the wind chills could go Friday night into Saturday and Saturday night into Sunday. The good news is it's only 48 hours worth of inconvenient weather, and then we get back to a more calm pattern Monday into Tuesday. Coming up in 6 minutes, we will look at the latest version of Future Trek. You can only catch it here with us from 7 to 9, as we're only live and local news source all the way through 9 a.m.
Circular traffic for you. Let's get out to I-40. This is going to be I-40 right around Old Hickory Boulevard in the Bellevue area. Around here in Sawyer Brown is where we're starting to see a bit of a slowdown as you make that drive into town there. So just keep that in mind. If you know you got to come in from the west side, Fairview, Kingston Springs, Dickson, all of you, you're part of that drive. We've got the drive time for you here in a second. Here is I-24 near Hickory Hollow Parkway as promised. They're making that drive in. Watch them clear the land over here for the next phase of the Tanger, whatever it is they're doing out there in that direction, but they're clearing more land out there. Not your concern this morning. The traffic is and a lot of congestion making your way in. You can always use Murfreesboro Road as a good way to try and steer clear. Overall drive time starting to come down just a little bit. 48 minutes in from Mount Juliet, 76 minutes in from Murfreesboro, 41 minutes in from Kingston Springs.
Justin, thank you. Hey, speaking of traffic, TDOT and NDOT crews, along with our other local transportation departments, have been working around the clock trying to fill thousands of potholes that opened up since the winter storms.
And it's been a real nuisance for local drivers. Y'all been sharing those issues with us. So right now we're taking a live look at Springfield Highway, also known as Highway 41. And this area just got patched a couple of weeks ago, but then the recent rain, yeah, it caused some of these craters to go ahead and just reopen. And it's a doozy out there.
It is. Now this is a 4-lane highway, so these potholes are in both directions. If you look at the road here, and our photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey is trying to give us a perspective here. Kevin, I'm going to see if, I know you're kind of heading toward the right, but if you could give us a shot toward the left, we'll be able to see a wider span of the roadway, because this is not just 1 or 2 potholes that have opened up here. I'm talking dozens of potholes in each direction, and there's one, yeah, right there. So as Kevin continues to kind of pan to the left here, we can zoom out and see just how long this stretch is, where you are dodging and like bobbing and weaving these things. This is right in front of the local Cajun restaurant Lanyap's, which Lanyap's is going to be busy tonight with all those Valentine's Day dinners. So just please be careful in this area of Highway 41 right there near Millersville and Goodlettsville.
And by the way, if you hit a pothole on a state road and it does some damage, there is a way that you can file a claim to see if the state will reimburse you for repairs. It's just going to be a very lengthy process. We have a link on our website. Go to fox17.com and search pothole claim.
Coming up, the Tennessee Department of Safety is going to tell us exactly how they're helping to secure a couple of different things. Guns is one of them. Also, how are they helping to find people who are lost either on the...
Being able to pay my bills. I enjoyed you representing me because I knew I had to have the best.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Zander Insurance.
8:10 is the time. Now, the Tennessee Department of Safety gave an update to state lawmakers just yesterday. They say they've been working to try and make sure they've got as many state troopers as they can hire, and they are doing that by making sure they hold training academies year-round for state troopers, something they've never really done before. The other thing they're working on is making sure they have enough helicopter pilots. They say, believe it or not, the state helicopter goes up each and every day for one or two reasons. Number one, trying to find people. A lot of people get lost in some of Tennessee's parks. The other thing, trying to find people who don't want to be found. Fugitives, manhunts that they are participating in. They also say they're trying to keep a lock on guns. Listen in.
Everybody knows in East Tennessee we got hikers and people that go missing almost on a daily basis, kayakers, and we're flying missions almost daily for that. Obviously, manhunts and things that are going on right now. We've issued out over 11,000 locks for guns. We've got another 8,000 on hand. We've gotten them to every THP district headquarters, every driver services center. We've got another 25,000 on order, and our intent is to give 100 to every county clerk and sheriff. So every county in the state will have some where people can go and get a lock.
Now, THP says they're also working hard on school security. They say so far they've checked 70,000 doors on state schools across Middle Tennessee and beyond.
8:12 your time. A quick check of your forecast. No code red weather. Beautiful this afternoon. 61. We're already warming up. No significant weather until the end of this week, pushing toward the weekend. And we're going to find it right here the next few days. Sunshine today and tomorrow. So we're going to kind of quickly get through those 2 days because there's not much we have to know or really worry about. Just enjoy them both. Getting into Friday, things do change a little bit. I'm going to stop you here. This is Friday at 11 a.m. The possibility of a few light rain showers, especially in southern Kentucky, are possible. Then we do work our way into the afternoon. A cold front begins to track in. Late afternoon into the evening hours, our best chance to see some rain begin to move into Middle Tennessee. What does this mean? This is 7 p.m. It means if you have plans Friday evening that involve being outdoors or even just getting out of the car and running into a building, you might end up having to use the umbrella. Keep that in mind. Don't forget it at home, especially if you're pushing off maybe a Valentine's Day celebration for Friday instead, because it's the upcoming weekend. We dry up by 6 a.m. on Saturday. Could be a few wet flakes in the backside of the rain that moves in, but nothing to write home about like this past Monday. Cold. You wake up in the 20s Saturday morning and Sunday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you at 8:13. Quick look here at I-65. This is very close to the Briley Parkway area on the north side of town coming in from Madison. Got a little bit of a stall there in the middle of the interstate. A couple of lanes trying to get loose here. Typically, this is people trying to switch lanes at the last minute. Then they're holding up everybody behind you. That's typically what this is. Just congestion on congestion on congestion working its way through. Same can be said on I-24 coming in through the Antioch area. Best way to steer clear of this, Murfreesboro Road, if you dare to try and steer clear.
Early voting starts today. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll have what you need to know, plus hear from a voter.
And delaying the progress.
Happen.
We've been breathing this.
Lots of people don't realize that mold feeds off moisture in their crawl space. But don't worry, we got this.
At AFS, we'll do a home inspection for free.
8:16 is the time, and today is the first day of early voting ahead of the presidential and county primaries.
A lot to know about before you head to the polls. Karen Aguilar is live this morning at a voting precinct in Green Hills to tell us what voters should expect for early voting.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. Well, early voting has kicked off already. The doors behind me at Green Hills Library have opened up. We've seen several voters walk in already. So what's on the ballot? The assessor of property, school choice for the school board, and also the big one, presidential candidates. We know there are multiple candidates for the Republican ballot, including frontrunner Donald J. Trump. And for the Democratic ballot, we have President Joe Biden, which is why Jeff Roberts, he's the administrator of the Election Commission here in Davidson County, says he is expecting fewer people to show up in terms of voter turnout. Now, I'm here with Merritt Gilbert. She is a voter. She was just about to walk in, so I was able to catch her. Why are you deciding to early vote today?
Well, I always vote. I love to have my voice heard. I feel like you can't complain if you didn't voice your opinion. But early voting is such a great opportunity to come in and come out in a very quick manner. There's no lines.
Absolutely. And what's at stake for you in this election?
For me, it's about women's choice of their bodies, but also encouraging belonging among our entire community. It's really important for me to show my kids that it's important to respect everyone that we live near and make sure everyone has equal access to every opportunity.
All right, well, thank you so much. Early voting will be open until February 27th, ahead of the March 5th primaries, and all that you need is an ID to show up. Reporting live in Green Hills, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. Developing right now, lawmakers want to make the Tennessee the latest state, I should say, to make it illegal for an adult to help a minor get an abortion without parental consent. This does come as the State House went ahead and advanced this particular bill. Tennessee has one of the strictest abortion bans in the country.
It's 8:19. Right now, let's go to Sumner County for an update on the effort to rebuild the bleachers at several county high schools. We have 4 in all. If you'll think back to last year, this is what happened at Beach High School. A portion of the bleachers collapsed. And as a result of that, we had investigations at all the other schools where it was found that several sets of bleachers were dilapidated and needed to be repaired. Well, since then, they've done all the inspections. They've recommended to make all the improvements there in Sumner County. But the school's director says they would have everything ready for the first football game this fall. But Scott Langford says they're having trouble getting steel fabricated quickly enough to keep that schedule.
We'll continue to work hard and explore every avenue to see if there's a way we can get it sooner, but I want to be realistic and I want to plan for next year.
So far, no word yet on how long that construction timetable has been extended, but as soon as we find out, we'll be sure to let you know.
Closing in on 8:20 and taking a look at your forecast here. Maybe you are going out to early vote today and you want to know what the weather's going to be like, whether it's morning, afternoon, or right when we get close to the end of early voting. It's going to be a nice day. Temperatures already are up near 50 degrees. We're at 60 degrees by noon and 61 at 4 p.m. No rain, so if there ends up being a line where you have to go, you'll be okay. You know, not dealing with any rain out there today. We're at 40, but we do gain that 10 degrees in about the next hour or two. Keep that in mind. A quick warm up after a pretty cold start. Lunchtime will prove that for us here. 57 degrees at noon, 59 degrees at 1 p.m. Today's great. Tomorrow is great. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, no matter who your Valentine might be, even if it's your four-legged friend. Go out for a little walk later today. 63 tomorrow. That's the best day in the forecast. A little issue here Friday into Saturday. We're going to keep talking about the weather maker that brings in some rain late Friday into very early Saturday morning, and then keep talking about cold temperatures. I want to focus on wind chills over the weekend coming up in less than 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. How about I-24 near Old Hickory Boulevard? This is out there in the Cane Ridge, Antioch area where the two kind of meet each other. This has been the drive with us out there for the most part of the morning here. Around 75 minutes on that drive right now from Murfreesboro to downtown Nashville. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. So please know that means if you left Murfreesboro right now getting to downtown, you reach there just after 9:30. So put that into your plans if you're unsure how to do the calculations on that. Here is that drive coming in from the north side, I believe. Yes, this is going to be I-40 near Charlotte Avenue over there on the north and west side on that west loop. Things are rolling along okay. Watch out for a couple of the potholes here. And we've also seen congestion back behind this, especially towards Bellevue, but some of that is starting to break up.
Coming up, we're continuing to look into a roofing problem in the city of Nashville. Leaders say yes, it's an issue, but we're asking what is.
Certified pre-owned Honda has a 182-point inspection and comes with 24/7 roadside assistance. Count on certified pre-owned Hondas. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Tennessee Titans adding 10 new coaches as head coach Brian Callahan is working to build up his staff.
Yeah, and that new coaching staff does include his father, Bill Callahan, who's going to be coaching the offensive line. You can see a couple of the other familiar faces there. One of them familiar, Tracy Rocker, who was on the staff years ago under another coach. This is a list of some of the other coaches out there who are going to be joining the staff. Who you don't see listed is the offensive and defensive coordinators. They will be introduced to the public and all the fans coming up a little bit later today as the Titans will roll them out at a press conference. We're going to have more on that coming up this evening at 5:30.
Well, right now, we could be seeing progress in battling Nashville's roofie problem. After our special report last week, more than a dozen bars are now working to get staffers Safe Bar certified.
Now, this comes after Fox 17 News did a report recently that showed only 2 bars in the Broadway area have been a part of that program. Well, now things have changed. Now, the Safe Bar program was put on by the Sexual Assault Center. They work to raise awareness about alcohol and its role in sexual assault, and they train workers how to intervene.
Yeah, while city leaders acknowledge it did take a while to get the word out about this program, we now have 27 bars that have gone through the training in the last week to get certified. Most recently, Garth Brooks Bar, Friends in Low Places. They became Safe Bar certified.
There's actually dozens of bars and restaurants lined up behind us that very soon are going to be available as also certified safe bars, which is huge. It's almost all of the celebrity bars behind us that are now on board.
I will tell you, when we first started this work, the struggle was we're having a hard time. Sexual Assault Center was saying we're having a hard time getting the word out, we're having a hard time getting people on board, and we're standing here now with all of these people around us saying it's now a priority.
Some other Metro Council members gathered there. The Sexual Assault Center has also opened a clinic 24/7 to help any sexual assault survivors. If your bar or restaurant wants to become a part of this movement, you can visit our website, fox17.com, to learn how to sign up.
8:27, quick check of your weekend forecast. What I was mentioning a few minutes ago, early rain on Saturday before you wake up, a flash of winter cold. Morning temperatures on Saturday, 29. Morning temperatures on Sunday, 23. Wind chills both of those days have the potential to fall into the teens. Make sure you know where the winter coat is at, but just know that Sunday lives up to its name. It's going to be a sunny end to the weekend.
Clear traffic takes us to I-24 near Old Hickory Boulevard. This is down in the Antioch, Cambridge area. Things are still very slow down there. You can try your luck with the Murfreesboro Road, but other than that, you just want to leave early. The earlier, the better. That's the best way to steer clear of some of the congestion.
At 8:28 right now, we're going to go to a story taking a closer look at safety in our schools and how, in addition to upping safety, Metro Nashville Public Schools is upping the efforts to improve learning loss post-pandemic.
And they're patching the potholes. Live look this morning.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by U.S. Pest Protection. You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Still a hot topic of discussion. We are continuing to hear the community's opinion on the TDA's plan to put in a gas plant over in Cheatham County. We're going to talk about why local residents say they are not backing down.
Waking up this morning, temperatures already climbing up to 60 for your Valentine's Day. We'll look at a date night planner for you and also take a look ahead to our next weather maker, the next chance for rain that could impact your weekend plans.
And steer clear traffic takes us over to the west side. That's I-40 near Charlotte. Things moving along, but there are some issues. We're going to take you there.
And thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Wednesday morning. For Fox 17 News this morning, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We are your live local news source through 9 a.m. And to start this 8:30 half hour, we have breaking news just into the newsroom from Millersville, where Fox 17 News has just confirmed through a Millersville City Commissioner that not only has the fire chief, Brandon Head, been let go, but 17 firefighters have now walked off the job as of this morning.
That is every firefighter in Millersville with the exception of one. All of this is in protest to Brandon Head's firing. This does come after a wave of leadership changes within the city of Millersville. Christina Template telling us there are grassroots efforts as a result, and there's going to be a meeting, February 20th at 6 p.m.
In the meantime, learning that all but one firefighter has walked off the job in Millersville, what does that mean for public safety? If they had 18 and now they have 1. This is a developing story. We will be working throughout the morning and the rest of the day to get more answers. Right now at 8:32, we go to Cheatham County this morning, where a lot of neighbors there are frustrated and are flat out trying to run the TVA out of town, especially because the Tennessee Valley Authority has plans to put in a gas plant and pipelines in that area.
Now listen, if this pressure keeps up, it might just work. Last year, TVA announcing plans to build a Cheatham County generation site, a combustion turbine plant and battery storage facility. The proposed site could take up more than 200 acres, which is why folks are fired up. It will be located 4 miles outside of Ashland City in Pleasant View in a rural upscale neighborhood.
So we mentioned those plants, but also the plans call for a 45-mile transmission line and 12 miles worth of gas pipeline. Overwhelming opposition there in Cheatham County, putting pressure on the TVA to back down.
TVA has done one positive thing in Cheatham County. I have never seen our citizens so united. United. United in our opposition to this plant.
Folks fired up at that meeting. So far, the mayors of Pegram, Kingston Springs, Ashland City, and Pleasant View have all unanimously passed resolutions against the proposed plant. 8:34 is the time. Going to check in now for your beautiful Wednesday and Valentine's Day forecast. Folks want to get out and enjoy.
So let's give them a good forecast so we can all enjoy the day together, whether you're celebrating Valentine's Day or just celebrating yourself with some sunshine and maybe just a nice walk later today. What is new this morning? We are warmer. Only chilly this next hour or two of the morning, and then the afternoon pushes near 60 degrees. Warm high temperatures until we get to the weekend. Weekend completely different. Rainmaker moves in. That is our next weather maker, and it's twofold. We bring in rain, then cold air after it. Not cold enough and not enough rain to go code red, but we're going to keep our eyes on this as it moves closer to us. We're watching it closely. Scattered showers on Friday. Late afternoon toward the evening, the first raindrops begin to fall, and then we'll have a chance. This is not going to be like Monday before I say it. We have a chance for a few snowflakes on the backside of this overnight Friday into Saturday morning. This is not going to be one that sticks kind of a situation. It'll happen before you wake up on Saturday morning. 40 right now. Keep working with that sunshine all day long, up to 62 later on this afternoon. This is a great day if you're going to have a Valentine's Day brunch, lunch, dinner. All of them look good when it comes to forecasting temperatures that are in the 50s and low 60s the entire day. Your 7-day forecast does not come without a few hiccups in the weather pattern. Low 60s today and tomorrow, near 60 on Saturday, building some cloud cover. And what we're going to do in about 5 minutes is look at future track and go hour by hour the progression of that rain and how quickly the cold air moves in behind it for the upcoming weekend.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's take a look at what we're getting at I-24 near Bell Road. As you make that drive in from the south and east part of town, there is a bit of a crash over on the shoulder of the road. Traffic is getting by just a little bit slow from right up here. As soon as the truck moves, you'll be able to see it. It's over there on the corner, I promise. The police department has not quite gotten there yet, but when they do, this will force everybody over by a lane, and it will force things to slow down even more. So heads up, you can take Murfreesboro Road or Antioch Pike possibly is a good way to steer clear of that. Overall drive times look like this: 36 minutes in from Mount Juliet, 38 from Franklin, 64, which is a far cry from 85 minutes coming in from Murfreesboro. 85 is where we were earlier in the morning.
8:36 right now, and your voice, your vote. Today is the first day of early voting ahead of the presidential and county primaries.
Karen Aguilar is live at a voting precinct over in Green Hills to tell us what voters should expect when it comes to early voting. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning. Yes, well, I am inside a popular early voting location here at the Green Hills Public Library, and you can see behind me that there is already one woman who she's voting on the left-hand side of your screen, and it's just part of the process of trying to cast your ballot ahead of the March 5th primaries. If you are going to come out and vote, all you need is your ID, and I'm actually here with Susan Howard. She is an officer here, and she's telling us a little bit about the process if you do plan to show up here.
Sure. So when a voter arrives at an early voting location, they're going to be greeted, and then they're also going to check in with their clerk, who provides them with their application to vote after they present their ID, as you mentioned. From there, the machine operators will take them to a ballot marking device where they'll make their ballot choices, and then to cast their vote officially, they slide it into the scanner, and then that's the gist of the process.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And let me just remind you what's at stake here. We have the assessor of property. We have the school board choice. We also have the big one, the presidential candidates. We have the front runner, Donald Trump, among other candidates, and the sole runner, Joe Biden, for the Democratic ballot. So as a reminder, early voting closes. Early voting will be open until February 27th. Reporting live inside of Green Hills, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. 8:38, reconnecting with the community. We'll tell you where you can go have coffee with a member of local law enforcement, but you only have about 20 minutes or so to do it. We'll tell you where you can go.
I knew when you'd say something to me, I didn't have to wonder if you were telling me the truth.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Ponce Law.
8:41 is the time in Williamson County this morning. The Williamson County Sheriff's Office as well as the Franklin Police Department are taking part in a special event right now to connect with the community. It's called Coffee with a Cop. Happened this morning starting at 7 o'clock, but it runs only until 9 a.m., okay? So you don't have much time to get out there if you want to have coffee with the cop. It's happening over at J. Christopher's there in the Cool Springs area. They want to try to create a closer community between the law enforcement and the community at large.
Now in your community, we go to Sumner County and Hendersonville, where a restaurant is closing its brick and mortar store. The owner is making that announcement on Facebook, inviting regulars to come by for one last meal on the house.
This is my favorite barbecue place and only place I come to, really, and I drive from Gallatin just to eat here. And for him to give away food on the last day that he's open, I mean, it just shows you what a good person him and his family are.
Now, that customer is talking about Martin Tudone and the Meat Sweats barbecue joint, not only known for their brisket, but for their generosity in the community. There's Martin right there, who gave free food to first responders and veterans who came through the door yesterday. And although the restaurant is closing its doors, they will continue the business as a food truck and catering company.
We made a lot of friends here. When we first started, we didn't know what was going to happen, you know, who was going to come. But I'm grateful that throughout the 6 years, we made a lot of friends.
And again, they will continue to operate as a food truck. And of course, Fox 17 News has been very close with this business over the years.
I'm going to share their story with you over on my Facebook page this morning so that you understand the background to it. And in the meantime, we're going to send it over to Greg and get a check real quick of your forecast.
Debbie, really quickly, if you do have plans this evening, maybe you've got that reservation, trying to find the right outfit, maybe relearning how to tie a tie for your date night forecast. Here you go. Weather's not going to get in your way. 55 degrees at 6 o'clock, 50 at 7, 48 degrees at 8 p.m. No matter where you're going or what your plan might be, if it involves being outdoors this evening, everything looking fairly comfortable. Weekend going to bring in, though, some decent rainfall. I just got an update to Future Track. I'm going to show it to you in just a moment.
Steer clear traffic looking a lot better from Antioch. You can see I-24 Bell Road looking much clearer. That they've already cleared that accident. We'll give you an update on other parts of town coming up in a few.
More big stories.
Creating some confusion. We're going to tell you why. There is some debate about the role of the
street close to downtown Eagleville. Bid now, online only until Thursday, February 29th at 1 p.m.
Let's go sell something. CompassMontgomery.com.
Nashvillians want to know what is going to happen to police accountability now that a new state law diminished oversight boards.
Right, so this may all come down to how the law is interpreted by city leaders, and that debate is about to get hot.
Fox 17 News' Kelly Avellino asked city leaders what kind of power Nashville's police watchdog agency will have going forward.
You guys are really doing a lot right now.
Bro, lay down.
It's been a year since Tyree Nichols
Lay down. Oh, I am on the ground. Put your stomach.
died after this traffic stop escalated in Memphis.
Sit up, man.
The 29-year-old beaten by Memphis police for 3 minutes. Nichols died 3 days later. 5 officers, who are all black, were fired and charged with different felonies, including second-degree murder. Some are still waiting for trial.
We want justice for my son. Justice for my son.
Justice for Tyree. Justice for Tyree.
When do we want it? But as Nichols' case prompted another round of national outrage over law enforcement accountability, Tennessee lawmakers passed a bill that restricts the ability of police oversight boards across the state.
We witnessed one of the country's most robust forms of police oversight happening in Nashville to change before our very eyes.
Nashville's former Community Oversight Board, now called the Community Review Board, has fewer members, can't recommend officer discipline measures, and most importantly, can't investigate citizen allegations against police from the ground up. Per the new law, the Community Review Board must now hand over citizen complaints to the Metro Nashville Police Department's Internal Affairs Unit. MMPD then sends the board back a summary of its findings after they close the case.
Although some of our abilities have been changed, our vision of justice have not.
But it's still unclear exactly what police records, reports, or body cam video the board will have access to from MMPD's investigation of a complaint. It could come down to how city leaders interpret the law. The legislation removed a confidentiality clause, which some, including MMPD and Metro's legal team, say no longer allows police to share many of the same records. They say officer privacy is one of the issues, but some legal minds disagree.
It doesn't, I don't think, destroy the ability under state law and local law for them to give us this information and for us to keep it confidential.
Some say a new memorandum of understanding between MMPD and the review board could allow access to the documents as long as it's kept confidential, like how the previous board ran for years. But this all has to be worked out in a meeting between the Community Review Board, the mayor, and the police chief, something that the review board has been requesting for at least 4 months now. Have they agreed to meet with you yet?
They have not, and we really don't understand why.
Community Review Board Chair Alicia Haddock tells me the MMPD summaries of police complaints that they've received back so far aren't in depth and are difficult to address until a memorandum of understanding is worked out.
Complaints are still coming in regularly, multiple complaints a day. A lot of people who have concerns or issues with police misconduct, they're going to be left kind of hanging in the wind.
Fox 17 News crews requested to speak with Chief John Drake at this public event, but he left without talking to us. An MMPD spokesperson writes in part, the meeting has not yet been scheduled but will occur. We then asked the mayor for a second time, as the Community Review Board is funded by $2.1 million city tax dollars and was voted into existence by 134,000 Nashvillians.
We are still working through, they just had their first meeting as a civilian review board. And
they had it in October, so it's been several months.
They had the first real meeting with the new context after they've got the new director settled. We worked diligently to ensure that the Civilian Review Board would continue. We expect to get this meeting together very soon.
Until then, the review board is urging for community support so they say they can continue true police accountability in Nashville.
Now is the time for us to court and call and contact our council members, our local district members. It's imperative that the community understands that we have been, requesting a meeting to ensure that what we've been charged to do, we are able to do that in a way that is collaborative.
The Community Review Board is still conducting research and data collecting on things like use of force within the MMPD to help shape police policy. But until this meeting happens, the board says how it can address specific citizen complaints is limited. I'm Kelly Avellino for Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
8:51, always looking ahead to that next weather maker, and this time around it arrives Friday into Saturday in the form of rain. Let's get down to it. It'll be late Friday into early Saturday. It's not going to be a high impact event, but if you have Friday evening plans, listen up. Many of you might be trying to get out the door here to start off your weekend. Today and tomorrow, no problems. 60s and sunshine. Right side of your screen, temperatures are already warming up for us. I'm going to fast forward to Friday itself. Morning hours, a few isolated showers, especially through southern Kentucky, cannot be ruled out. It is the late afternoon through the evening when a band of rain tracks through. Cold front brings in much colder air for the entire weekend. A little flash of winter for us here. We're going to take a look after the next commercial break. Less than 5 minutes away. I got you covered at the upcoming chance for that cold air.
Steer clear traffic very quickly. I want to show you what's going on south of town. This is going to be I-65 at Armory Drive. That drive coming in there starting to loosen up a little bit after some early morning congestion. Your overall drive times look like this: 34 minutes from Hendersonville, 38 from Franklin, 61 from Murfreesboro.